Hello everyone and welcome to The Ghost in the Machine, a D&D live play about memory, identity, politics, and magic. I'm Matthew Foreman. I'm going to be your dungeon master. And there are some other people joining me at the table today, but we'll get to them in a moment. This is going to be a custom campaign set in the world of Edda. You don't need to know a lot about it. It's going to be what it's going to be. For anyone, so this is part of a pre-existing game, so for anyone who is not quite sure what's going on, that's fine. You'll come with us in this journey. We really don't know what's going on either. There are campaign diaries available on YouTube, on my personal channel YouTube/Matthew Foreman, that can get you caught up, but you don't need to know any of that. This is the beginning of a whole new arc. So before we begin, I'm about to introduce our players. Before we begin, just want to give a quick shout out to Animal Helper for giving us a shout out on their Facebook page. You can find their information below on the charity button. And make sure to check them out to see animals in need, and they're going to be our partner going forward on this. So, go ahead and transition. We will start with player introductions before we get to the real game. Who am I going to pick? Alexis.
Okay. Hi, I play Gilly. She is a halfling bard. She's 22 and very fresh-faced in the world, red hair, and she is a very eager and pleasant person.
Alright, so I play Sovellias, high elf. The elves have been run out and lowered in station a bit. Long hair, of noble birth. And about 400 years old, the oldest member of the party by far.
Daddy! Liz.
I'm playing a human druid. She has traveled on her own for many years. So she was a spy during the war that you'll hear about, going back 15 years or so. She likes to, and she ends up in the middle of battle way too often.
Often as a giant goat.
And my name is Chase Schneider. I am playing Justice. I am a Warforged Sparrow, which is kind of a scout assassin type Warforged. He is about 17 years old, which is almost as old as you can be as a Warforged in this campaign setting. I'm a rogue monk, shadow monk, and I do nasty things to nasty people.
Sometimes innocents. So, let us begin with our game, The Journey to Bridgeton. You're on a train. As you leave the province of Narshley and enter the Glide, coming closer to Bridgeton, the capital of the Glide and the home to your resident bard, Gilly. The landscape remains a beautiful green, much like in Narshley, but it becomes more enriched with large rocks, rolling hills, and mountainscape. These jagged points of gray enter your vision, as do sparse timber and woods. Simple stone and thatch homes become more common, as well as herds of sheep accompanied by shepherds and stalwart hounds. Cerulean locks and placid gray ponds sit welcomely among the small settlements that you see as your train carries you through the countryside. You have now left and you're well into the Glide, and you've been on the train, we'll say, for an entire day. You are now close enough to the center of the Glide in the Elementine Mountains to where the mist has started to pass over the train. The mist is legendary for protecting the peaks and the Elementine Mountains for eons on end, but you do know that it prevents certain magics. Among them is flying magic. No enchantment which allows you to fly works when you are surrounded in the mists. So, for those of you who have boots of flying and cloaks of the bat, you can feel the hum of your magic items as the train passes deeper into the mist. Fall. And those properties of those magic items no longer work.
Does Featherfall count?
It does not.
Okay. Just checking.
So, you begin your second day on the train, now quickly approaching the towering mountaintops. And you can see the mists before you. They're intermittent, but you can see kind of a thicker collection of it far, far, far off in the distance. They rest heavily across the peaks that you are approaching, gripping the titanic mountain range with an immense weight and endless expanse. What are you guys doing?
I would at some point scout out the train and try to get a feel for the kind of people that are on the train now that we're no longer with the retinue that's bringing the sword.
Yeah. So you guys are on the Frontier Zephyr, a train controlled by House Norian, and remember, you have those first class tickets that you decide to use. So go ahead and roll me an insight. But the crowd is pretty sparse.
Alright, insight, big money, first roll of the stream. That's an 18 on the dice, so that would be a 20.
Alrighty. Honestly, most of the crowd right now has been you guys. These are very expensive tickets, and there haven't been that many. There's been a few, there's the crew and whatnot. And there's been a few other first-class patrons of that, but most people are keeping themselves and keeping them into the rooms. Whereas one lady who kind of keeps just staring at you, well-dressed, brilliant, bright red hair, pale skin, a gish, a human. And she's been staring at you for a while. Almost like she's trying to tell you something.
I'm going to try to size her up, see if she seems to be carrying any weapons, obvious weapons, or magical paraphernalia on her.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception.
16 on the dice, that would put me at a 18.
Excuse me, I burp when I'm nervous. You don't see anything on her. She has like a dagger, but again, this is Gish. People walk around armed all the time. She has a dagger. That's about it.
After it becomes like painfully obvious that I'm being stared at, like more than is just even, I'm probably used to it in some degree based on off of travels. I'll approach her and I'll say, if you were to take a sketch, it would last longer.
She looks around. Oh, what are you guys all doing at this point?
So we were traveling with Morgan, right?
Yeah, she's been coming and going, and yeah.
Okay, so I'm probably in the sitting room close to the bar or something. Got myself a mint julep.
Nice.
Just sipping away.
That's the official drink of this campaign.
Enjoying the slow, nice train ride and the scenery and the fog.
I am probably hanging out with my brother and sister, Corin and Corwin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of staying to the edges. We're going through a countryside. I don't think I've been to Brighton before.
Bridgeton.
Then kind of watching for new animals as we go through, but sitting on the edges of like the common areas, so that I can keep an eye on Morgan and the group without being obtrusive. And
go ahead and roll perception.
okay,
Become a sheep.
heavy one.
You have two sheep, yeah.
Train goat. Train goat.
Perception, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 9.
Yeah, you're a little too distracted. I mean, you saw sheep, so you can now turn into a sheep.
Perfect.
But you're a little too distracted to catch out anything too cool.
This dice might end up at dice chip.
Aww.
Make me
As you approach this woman, she goes, "Oh, hello.
Do I know you?
I don't know."
I do not have a recollection of having met you prior.
It's me. You idiot.
Oh, yes. Mrs. Kilgast.
Mrs. Caldwell will call me.
Oh, Mrs. Caldwell. I had not seen you in this form before.
Well, you were dragging your feet getting me in the public eye, so I decided to improvise.
Well, I did not find it to be tactful to bring your existence to the group just yet. That would require me to reveal certain plans of mine, and I'm not quite ready for that.
And still you shouldn't. But this will do for now. It allows me to socialize, smoke, and drink.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that, but just try not to kill anyone unnecessarily.
Our contract binds me from that, darling. I wouldn't dream of it.
I'm glad to hear that. Have you seen anything interesting?
There were some sheep a while back.
Yes, I find them interesting. The humans keep them around, take their fur. Is that what you call it? Fur?
Wool.
Oh. Well, it's all the same.
Yes. Well,
Anywho,
I'd like to get back to being alone.
Of course. And I just walk off. I won't even say goodbye.
Alrighty. So Morgan comes back from she's been going to lower class a lot and like just throughout the day she keeps coming back and coming
Getting drugs.
so she comes back from from the lower class part of the train. She's like, how refreshing. The walk around the train was refreshing.
Bet there was a train.
You guys have been holed up here in first class the entire time.
It's nice. It's quiet up here.
All right, well, I prefer a little noise. We're going to be hosting a little hootenanny later tonight if you all want to go.
Where would that be?
In the only place worth partying, darling, Coach.
Okay then.
I'll most certainly do it.
I might sing, I might not, I haven't decided. But there'll definitely be dancing, and someone will be singing.
I love dancing. I'll be there.
Good.
Will it be anything like the party that you had on the airship?
Well, it won't be on an airship, so I don't think it'll be quite like that.
Sounds delightful. Whenever there's a moment, I'm going to try to see if I can't spot where any of the help are keeping their uniforms.
Okay, go and roll perception.
Not so great. That's an 8.
You already have a train uniform from the first time you played this game.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were any
It was
different or not.
No, it's the same train, owned by
Okay.
the same company. It's the Frontiers Zephyr.
Okay, wasn't he a
Mark II.
butler before?
Yeah, he was like, oh yeah, you were a
Yeah,
butler.
he was my
yeah, you
butler.
weren't train help. Oh,
Right.
yeah, you don't have a bellhop uniform yet.
Right. So, yeah, just trying to scope out maybe where they have it. But,
Okay.
so no success.
No success under a 10.
Darn.
Alright.
I'm gonna die.
Morgan is going to come up to you, Gilly. Pull you aside a little bit. Are you excited about going home, Gilly?
I am. I haven't seen a bunch of my family in quite a bit, so I'm really looking forward to it.
You
It would be
nervous?
nice to have a bit of a break.
Are you nervous?
Yes, a bit.
Me too. I haven't been home since I launched my tour.
Oh, really?
I'm from Foul Glen Loch, as I've told you.
Yes. Do you miss it?
No, but I haven't been home since I launched my tour.
Are you nervous about getting home?
Not in the slightest. I don't get nervous about home and small things. I get nervous in front of big crowds.
Do you really?
I do.
You would never know. You hide it very well.
That's part of the game.
It is. Well, you play it very well.
Have you wrote ahead to your parents to let them know that you're coming with everyone?
I did. Yes, and I let them know that we might be having a few guests, which I'm sure that she already knew. But
I hope they know. I don't want to be a party crasher.
well, I just made sure.
You mentioned me by name?
Yes.
Smashing. That's wonderful.
Is that okay?
Of course. Why would
was
it
it
be
supposed
okay?
to be a surprise?
No.
Okay.
They know I'm coming to Bridgeton. It's been in all the papers.
That's what I thought.
They probably didn't know I was going to come to their house, but that's okay.
Okay.
Wash the shoes.
They always like to know when company's coming. So
So you guys are on the second day of the train ride, and you will arrive in Bridgeton at you will arrive Bridgeton late tonight.
Okay.
Yeah,
after the party.
after the party. It's gonna be an earlier party, like a dinner party, basically, and then you'll arrive around 8 or 9 p.m.
Okay.
So, is there anything anyone would like to do before the party? Any agendas?
I can make small talk with people.
You can. This is D&D. We're all about small talk.
I think I'm good.
I think we should just make a quick pit stop at Mesa's store, to circle back.
Turn this train around.
Turn around.
But
Fly
only
there.
one at a time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. We'll come in as the other person is leaving. The only thing that I would do is I would try to surreptitiously scope out the rest of the train. I might step into a bathroom and put on, using my cloak of shadows, like a disguise, and then just try to scope out the rigmarole who are in the second class and coach.
JJ is on the train, as you guys know.
Oh, great.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yes.
My favorite character.
So do you want to roll perception
Perception.
or investigate? I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, perception. This is perception.
Are you sure it's not investigation?
I'm sure it isn't. It's not quite. You're not even gathering information.
Well, it's a natural 7, so that will be a 9.
Yeah. So you spend some time scoping out. You don't see. You see people that are on a long train ride. The train stops every now and then. Not so much now that it's cresting more into the higher parts of the mountains, but it did at first.
Mm-hmm.
You see people of all different stripes. A lot of good, fair amount of halflings on this train. A lot of elves from JJ's crowd, and you see JJ himself, doing what he does, sitting there talking to among other dark elves, other high elves, and elves of other stripes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of Morgan's attaché there. They're all just kind of chatting and chilling.
Nice. Disguising myself as a halfling is going to be a little bit more challenging if I think about it.
Just put the
Good
shoes
luck.
on your knees.
Right.
You can just shuffle out.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do?
So you say JJ's on this train, and we would have known this?
Yeah, JJ is for anyone who doesn't remember, JJ is the lawyer who is tied to the Heathens Collective, which may or may not be a terrorist organization.
Then
May or may not.
I am going to be super sneaky, and I am going to cast invisibility on myself,
Okay.
and then transform into a spider.
Okay, a regular sized spider?
Yeah, a tiny spider.
Yeah.
Like a little one. You go like under doors and stuff.
Medium-sized
Yeah.
spider.
Yeah, no, not a big spider.
Okay.
So,
Oh man.
I'm gonna be a tiny invisible spider, and then I am going to,
Get stepped on.
I'm going to avoid the floors wherever
Okay.
possible, but pretty much do a circuit of the train with 2 hours of my afternoon,
Okay.
and
Trying to just suss things out.
see what I can see once I find JJ, stop and listen to a conversation, and
Roll perception.
okay, be a better dice.
Super new blue dice.
Alrighty, I think I can handle that. That is a 20. You said perception, right?
Yeah.
21.
Alrighty. So you make yourself quite indiscreet. Thank goodness you're a spider. And you're just kind of hanging above them, listening and he's talking to one of the. You know what? He's talking to Glitch actually. JJ and Glitch are having a very hush hush conversation. Do you speak Elvish?
No, but I've been wearing the Helm of Comprehend Languages.
You have them. So do you want to
So-
cast that on yourself? So you're approaching and you hear Elvish. Oh, you can't cast it as a spider.
But even though it's a item?
No, yeah. You'd have to pop in, redo everything.
Oh, it's terrible.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Okay.
Intelligence plus proficiency.
Oh god, okay, that's a lot.
Your proficiency bonus is 3.
Thank you.
Yep.
23.
Oh, okay. So you are a spy. You're intelligent enough to remember that your assets. So you cast in. We'll say you cast comprehend languages because it's been a few weeks since we played. So.
Okay.
So you are hearing them. So Glitch and JJ are talking hush hush hush, and they're talking in Elvish. And he says, do you trust him? Do you trust him? Trust him? Well, listen, I don't. And then so that's JJ. Oh, JJ says, do you trust him? Do you trust him? Trust him? I can't get a read on him. And then Glitch replies, well, I honestly don't know. I just follow mostly Morgan's interpretations, and she says he's a straight shooter, and we can trust him. He's going to be a big supporter, and the big guy says so too. You've heard from him. I have, yeah. He's been meeting with him, making sure that Sol is on the up and up. We're not going to launch the asset quite right, but we're going to get there. We are going to get there. He's going to be pivotal. What about the riffraff he travels with?
I take offense to that, am
A couple of them will give pulse to, but I'm sweet on that Gilly, and she's got a good heart. She's just naive. She doesn't understand the way the world works. Well, we've got an in. I can hear everything they've been saying. They still haven't picked up on it. So, based on what they've said, think we'll be all right. These are assets we can develop. All right. And then that's what you get from the conversation.
Nice.
I know it is.
Yep. This
Yeah.
whole time.
They never like the detect
Literally
magic
had that in
picked
my
up on
inventory
it?
the entire day. Like,
The-
Detect Magic would have picked up, am I right?
You know, isn't it weird? There are actually there are magics in this world that
Uh-huh.
can foil first level spells.
No,
Oh,
impossible.
darn.
Nothing can foil
Wouldn't
a
you
first
know?
level spell.
What's been in your inventory this whole time?
His card he gave me.
Oh, that's
Like when he
okay.
originally gave me the card, like if you ever need whatever, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. The hero was gonna.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Selina?
So anything else interesting as I come back after that
That's
particular
the meat
conversation?
and the bones, you know.
Got it. Okay. I think I would have put together that it was the card after hearing that.
Sure.
Maybe?
It's the only time we've talked
You-
to
yeah, you were
JJ
standing
right
for,
there.
like,
I was.
Absolutely, it's the card.
Okay, then I'm going
Flashback.
to.
And she ends up, dun, dun.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna keep it under my hat for a second and just kind of wait.
Under your helm of comprehend language.
Under my helm of comprehend languages, absolutely. And
Someone just texted me something very sweet. Sorry. I just want to make sure the stream's up. Sorry.
it is.
yeah. So I will casually come back like I know nothing.
Spy face.
I'm not very good at poker faces.
But
so-
Selina is.
Yes, Selena's got it together. Yeah, so I'll come back and kind of suss out a good time to catch Sovellias to hush up that particular magic item. Is there a library on this
He's
trip?
right there.
Well,
no,
I was
there's no
going to
library.
say, while that was going on, I would like to have a conversation with Sovellias.
Okay.
I would have just, sat down with him,
That's fine. I'm 3 deep on my mint
had
julep.
him a new mint julep because
Perfect.
I saw he was getting
Yeah,
low.
it's low.
So, yeah. I didn't
How
make
can I
this
help?
one, don't worry.
Good. I joke. Yours was drink.
It wasn't my best. It was in a moving, ghostly cart. It was a little awkward.
Yes, we're
Anyway.
all stressed.
Yes. Stress is a good word for that. Anyway, I was wondering how you were doing, speaking of stress. How are you holding up? Having your family heirloom sort of taken
It's-
out of your watch and care must be rough.
Yes, it most definitely is rough. There's not much we can do about it currently, except basically sit and drink and enjoy and bide our time, I guess. Fate has a funny way of making things work out.
Yeah, I suppose it does, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's been my experience, I suppose. My short 22 years of it.
Yes, you'll learn in time.
Well, if you ever want to talk about it or anything, I'm here. I mean, I know we're not all that close, but we've been through quite a bit lately, and I feel a
Sure,
bit closer
sure.
to you than most at this point.
Absolutely, both of us being from noble birth and
Yes.
the 2 other spies. Yes.
We have a bit of a different background, but they seem like relatively good lot, so
They do.
they've been doing their best to keep you safe.
Their hearts and minds are in the right place.
Isn't that the most important thing?
True.
We know.
So Selina, doors apart. You enter. You go straight to civilians.
I'm going to walk over to the bar,
Okay.
presuming there's a napkin there, like a
Mhm.
paper napkin.
Mhm.
Are paper napkins a thing in this world?
They are. Yeah.
Perfect. And find a pen and write down a note. It says, it specifically says, JJ's business card is a listening device. Don't destroy immediately. Speak carefully. And lay it down in front of Sovellias and walk away.
So she hands you a note that sounds totally crazy.
I'll take a sip of my drink and put my drink on top of it. After eating it, of course. But yeah.
Smooth.
Words get all blurry.
You know, that was a much better plan. I was going to recommend that you seduce him to get him out of his outfit and to get the card away from him. But that worked out really well.
Good luck.
That would have made a few people in my life angry. For a number of reasons.
Wonderful.
Alrighty. So you guys are it's getting close. You're almost at that moment where you need to get ready for the party. It's like getting later in the day. And from the adjoining carriage, the doors, and this is the first time they've done this, you guys are assuming there's staff and stuff beyond the door. And out from it walks the Countess of Avamere.
I didn't think she was going to be here.
Countess of Avamere, the woman who was initially in charge of your magic sword and was taking it to the capital. She told you guys she was not going to be on the train to Bridgeton, and yet here she is. And she kind of stops and looks at all of you. She's like, "Hello.
Surprised seeing you here.
Surprised seeing you here as well."
Did your plans change?
They did.
Wonderful.
So knowing that she's really awkward, I'm going to walk up, do a normal court bow for whatever this is, and ma'am.
Ma'am. Selina.
Does this seem like it's really her?
Yeah. Go ahead. Roll an insight.
Insight.
Can I assist on that?
If you are seriously wondering if the Countess of Avamere is who she is.
Yeah, if she seems
Advantage.
awkward about being here.
She
Instead of her
seems-
normal, forceful, very confident
Yep.
self.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly my thought too.
Go ahead, roll with advantage.
Ooh.
Nice.
21.
It seems to be her.
That face.
No?
Well, you know, let's just do what Justice would normally do. Stab her.
Not yet. You have to wait for that.
Yeah.
And you see her face kind of sour. She's like, "Yeah, there was a change of plans." Well, no, that's not true. I'm not. Well, how about we all have a nice meal?
Is that going to coincide with sorry, will that conflict with the party?
No.
Okay.
No.
That was a question for the
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yes, that would be good for all of us, I believe.
That's
Alright.
wonderful.
And you were rolling for insight, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. You see like a cloak of red and gold pass through the doors whenever she came in through. But the doors just shut behind her.
Like something like the regalia that the
The knights.
the knights would wear. Okay. Well,
Suspicious.
I suppose the only way to find out is to listen.
The meeting we had at the keep was a non-public meeting. You understand?
Correct.
Hmm?
Part of this whole thing is no one needs to know where the blade is. And so, in the next cart, in a case, is maybe the blade of the Vizier. We're keeping up appearances. The same journey we always said. To onlookers, to everyone who's not in the know, she's saying this.
How do we
The
know?
journey's maintained.
How do we know it's not one of the fake blades?
We don't need to know. Everything's on a need-to-know basis. We're pretending as if it is.
Can we see it?
Yeah, sure. There's no way of discerning whether or not it's real. They perfected the mimicking technology.
Does that mean we're
You...
sorry?
You don't know about the black light.
Oh, I didn't know if you told us or not.
I've told no one. I've not
Got
had
it.
a chance.
All right.
So does that mean that we're hired again?
No.
No. Okay.
You understand? There's two knowledges here. The knowledge of people who were not at that meeting, which is we have to maintain appearances. And then the knowledge of people who were in the meeting, you guys know you've been let go.
Okay.
Fantastic at maintaining appearances.
It's just still Bridgeton. I'd rather not go, but it was thought after we had that meeting that we should maintain.
Well, if there's anything that I can do to make your journey easier, let me know.
Thank you.
So you rolled insight to be.
Yeah.
Oh no. 13. That really doesn't.
It's the real Countess. The DM may have forgot to mention certain things in the last game, so I'm doing a little backtracking.
There's some gentle retconning.
Some gentle retconning.
You know,
Also, it does seem bizarre. Both are true.
After the ninjas attacked, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, it got weird.
it got weird.
Everything's gotten weird since we went to space.
Will you be attending the party this evening?
No. Why on earth would I attend a party to some flimsy pop star?
Just need to know whether or not I should avoid you or not.
Jeez, no reason to be unfriendly.
This is the way that I am. I apologize.
He's learning.
So you want to see the blade?
Yes.
Anyone else?
Sure.
Sure.
She stands up. The door's. Wait here. Door shut. And behind her, floating seemingly in midair, is the case. And no knights accompany her. You see them kind of standing in the other container. And
But the knights are.
doors. They are knights
They're
of the
still
church.
good.
Red and gold.
Okay.
And there's literally no one else with us, right? Like we're up in the first class cabin.
Mrs. Caldwell's there.
Wait,
We don't have to worry about her.
does it appear that anyone?
You guys
else
are in the
is?
the dining cart,
Okay.
the
'Cause-
first class dining cart.
Got
There's
it.
like a handful of people.
Okay, because she's having a pretty open conversation about like the blade. and all
Morgan's
that.
already left. Glitch has already left. Everyone's already started to make their way there. It's just you guys all in this cart.
Okay.
But you observe the maybe or maybe not blade of the vizier.
I mean, it looks like a pretty good mimic if it's a mimic.
It looks exactly like the blade of the vizier.
Got it.
Yeah, your heart kind of thumps. Is it?
Does he make a move towards the blade?
I don't know. Do you,
No, I'll just look and I'll mean I'll.
Selina?
There's too many people. Not for now.
Alrighty. Okay.
Oh man.
All right.
Oh.
As like the two like
A gentle
trains
fall
pass.
of rain. You guys are just now finishing dinner. A gentle fall of rain settles on the windows of the Frontier Zephyr, the train you're riding. As it does, the mist surrounding the train begin to clear. You have now been in the thick of this mist. You're maybe, you're just a little ways away from by traveling at train pace. You're just a little ways away from Bridgeton. You're about to have a quick party, and and now you are entering into what looks to be a rainstorm. Although your vision remains obscured by the now heavily falling rain, you see past the mist for the first time today. The rain soon becomes accompanied by gentle rumbles of thunder and flashes of lightning. A howling and strong wind soon joins. You guys are just sitting down to dinner, but it's like, oh, it's really picking up out there. And the
Normal
mists-
for Bridgeton though, right? For the glide?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
stormy place. And the
Used
mists
to
begin to
this.
part even further and wider away from the train. The belling thuds of thunder crack louder and louder. Boom! Boom! And becoming almost deafening. The train rattles from the forceful gusts of the storm. Several wide and stark pillars of lightning, massive in form, several just strike down, and the train rattles even further. There goes a bad storm.
Seeing like Gilly nonplussed, like just calmly accepting it, and
Just drinking my tea.
she's probably the most excitable member of the group. I'll say, it's beautiful country,
Oh yes, quite.
full of natural.
Everyone
splendor.
roll me
I
perception
love
checks.
sleeping under the rainstorms.
So I was gonna say, can I
Listening
tell
to
if
the
it's a
lightning and
magical
Go roll
nature?
perception.
Do I roll that
Perception?
again, or do I take that?
What do you mean?
Perception.
It landed on
Is it
the
cocked?
thunder.
Is it cocked?
It's pretty cocked.
Then yeah,
Okay.
you have to
Roll.
roll it. Good or bad, you have to roll cocked dice.
18.
8.
13.
13.
18? Oh, the storm does seem normal. The storm does seem natural. So you're kind of being more aware. You're like, God, okay, this is probably, God, I haven't been in the glide for years. I forgot how bad storms could get here. And you're kind of pondering to yourself about, what is what, really.
Storm.
What are this?
Yeah. So as you're kind of staring out there into the storm, just kind of making sure everything is okay, and as the massive columns of lightning, they really light up everything. You can, in this dark night sky, you can see very, very far and wide. As you do, you see not one, not two, not three, not four, but 8 claws of metal flying directly at your face, massive in size. Boom! They smash into the train, careening. Metal, glass, and everything flies. The wood in it, everything is flying as
Jesus
a
Christ.
massive dark iron Droskin airship flies up next to the train.
What?
On it,
This
the
is
metal
an
claws
glide.
slam.
Dodge action!
Is this normal weather, Gilly?
It's beautiful country.
The 8 fingers of the 2 massive metal claws slam and grip into the train, and they quickly wrench the cart that you're on, pulling it and flying just in one quick, fluid motion.
No.
On this airship, and this is all happening in like 6 seconds. You're all surprised right now.
Oh no.
On this airship are 3 tall, large figures. One is a woman with her hair kind of in this high, crazy dreadlock bun.
Mm-hmm.
A well-muscled Goliath with tattoos and fists, metal punching gloves. The other is a large male Goliath with a lightning axe, an axe with lightning just green. He has arcane tattoos and different markings. He's tall. In the middle of those 2 is the largest Goliath you have ever seen. Well over 8, maybe even over 9 feet tall. Brilliant, beautiful, arcane writing, tattoos all along his form, barely wearing any armor. Just a simple leather battle harness and black leather pants and combat boots to match. He seems to be wearing no weapon. And in all this happening, as you guys are flying now, the train is some 300 feet behind you. The rest of the train, you guys are flying through the air, and you guys are slammed onto the other wall that wasn't obliterated and ripped apart. So gravity is now working against you. And as you look up, and everyone is just kind of waiting with bated breath, he speaks. The central leader, Goliath, who you can only imagine is the son of storms. He looks at the Countess of Avonmere, and you see a fury in his eyes. This is his word. Mother! Is that you? And he narrows. Or is it just your ghost? And from behind him, an unseen figure that was once invisible, a whip of abjurant energy slams into the Countess. Her skin cracks, breaks into forms of ice, and she dissolves. When that happens, the case holding the blade lands and shatters. What are you guys doing?
Wait, does the blade, is it
The
gone?
blade, no, the case holding it shattered, and the blade is just sitting there on the floor. And you guys are like,
Oh.
and the thing is,
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no!
what are you guys doing? Wrong
I'm
map.
going to make sure everyone's okay.
So you guys are, gravity's working against you. They are like 20, 40 feet up, and you guys are like in this train car that's being flown away from the rest of the train.
Can I feel, is the effect on magic still, are we encased enough in the...
You cannot, you can
You don't
fly
know.
right now, but you can see
I
the
know, you
mist
don't
is
know.
I
trying to
have
get
to.
in. It's fighting, but this massive cyclone is keeping everything at bay. This storm.
So we can still fly.
You can still fly, but be
Within
careful.
within this zone.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Difficult terrain.
And we are literally the only ones on this car.
Yeah, and Mrs. Caldwell.
And Mrs. Caldwell. Okay, I'm going to. It's dark and stormy.
Yeah, it's really, you can barely see, you can
Perfect.
barely move.
I'm going to try to hide.
Okay.
How's this thing
Roll
flying
high.
in the mist?
There's a massive storm that is pushing the mist out, and the mist is fighting to get back in. You can see the mist, it's almost like it's come alive. It's pushing in and it gets thrown back out by this magical storm that he seems to be the center of.
Nice.
That is a 23 on my stealth check.
All right, you are as hidden as you can, and you can see they both, and now he just gestures to one of them. He goes, "Get the blade," and they just fall, and they seem almost like they can fly. and they are making for the blade.
I'm going to do, like, the moment one gets close to it, where is it in proximity to me?
Yeah, where's the blade on this map?
We'll say it's just around. It doesn't matter. Like there's no. This is just for representation.
Okay, I'm going to try to make a sneak attack with my assassinate feature.
Against who?
The first one that goes for the blade.
So you're attacking them.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll an attack roll with advantage. Or no, yeah, advantage because you're hidden.
That would be a 21.
Okay. So the blade against who?
The first one that goes for the
Okay.
blade.
So we'll say Orton, you against the guy with the axe, and it digs. Roll damage.
Okay.
Slams into him.
Sneak attack, and it's double. It counts as a crit because...
It's not a crit. None of those conditions are met. Go ahead and roll regular damage. He's not
Oh.
surprised, so yeah, you were surprised.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought since I was hidden.
No, hidden is just advantage, and you get to sneak
Okay.
attack in.
Okay, so normal this plus this, and my unarmed damage is that. So it would just be...
Countess has been shattered, and the blade is flying around in the cart. Like you guys are flying through the air.
It's
The
like
thing is turned
we're,
up,
like,
practically
in the
upside
air,
down. Yeah.
moving around.
Yeah, there's like only
Yeah.
like 1.5 walls remaining to this thing.
Chuck my dagger, that's 18 points of damage.
Alright, so it slams into Orton, this guy with the massive axe that's burrowing for the blade, and it digs, and he grimaces, and his skin turns to stone for a second, and it hurts him, but yeah. The Son of Storms speaks out, he's like, "Do not interfere. You needn't die for false idols and the politics of other people. You cannot defeat us." And Orton begins, and so does Ilu. They all both, and Tharga begins chanting. They're all moving for the blade that may or may not be real. What are you guys doing? What do you say?
I'm
I
going
look at
for the
Sovellias.
blade.
Okay.
I've
Go for
got
the blade.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got nothing to hide, so I'm going to pull out my little light
Dude.
and see if any of the glass has.
Yeah. Roll an investigation check with advantage since you have the black light. Because
Okay.
this is only to spot the smear of ink.
I just want to see if there's ink anywhere on that glass. What is that? 12. You said investigation. Investigation 14.
Told you we'd have clip-worthy material.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no smear. Your shirt, you look over the whole piece. It's in chunks, it's a sturdy case. And also, if this case was powerful enough to block an artifact, it wouldn't have shattered from falling. So
It's not the real blade, guys.
you just
Like I
shout
yell
it.
this across the train. This is not the real blade.
And, like the Goliaths, look at you with a curious face, but they keep moving for the blade. What do you do?
I'm still going for the blade.
You hear her shout, "It's not the real blade!"
Okay, but even if I grab it, I'll be able to tell immediately.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Yes.
It
Roll
wouldn't be the
a
first time I've
dexterity
probably
saving
touched
throw.
The blade. A dex saving throw.
Yep.
I'm going to hold my action to see if anyone goes to attack Sovellias.
Yeah.
I'm preparing a spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I
I'll end
blade
up
sauce
next
to
to it
get?
because
You can.
I had to
Okay,
look at
so
the
You-
my
glass.
song to gain advantage.
And through the thunderous and cacophonous noise of this storm, you guys hear the gentle song of the elven blade song that Sovellias uses.
I believe it gives me
Just go and roll with advantage. It's fine.
18 on the dice.
So
Plus
you
3, 21.
you grab the blade, and everyone kind of stops for a second. There's no reaction.
Nothing. Yep, it's back.
See, what do you do? Just toss it to Orton. Orton's still bearing.
Yeah, I'll toss it
down.
to him.
So he, and you can see the Son of Storms. He looks on and goes, "Let's go." And you can hear Tharga, the Thunder Speaker, "Boss, boss!" And she points, and you guys can see the mist has now broken through the storm, and there seems to be a giant face that is now making its way. And the mist, and the Son of Storms is like, "Oh no!" and the massive thick mist just. And it's accompanied by almost a hurricane force wind that blows you guys all aside. I need you all to make
Featherfall.
dexterity saving throws, yes. With disadvantage.
No.
So,
Oh no.
oh no.
Dexterity.
Well, that 20 on one dice, but, yeah. I'm ready.
Oh.
Yeah, let's do this. 5.
Oh,
I'm ready.
gosh.
What'd you get?
17.
Nice. Not enough. Nice.
Fuck.
8.
5.
10.
So you guys all go scattering, and you don't even know where each other are. You have no idea like
So I
what's
cast
going
Feather
on.
Fall
So
before
just
you-
before you lose vision, you're just like, you throw out a feather, and you're just like, and you guys can all feel this gentle caressing, and you hear this voice go, "I'm not dying for this," and you only you,
Oh.
and you hear. You guys fall through the mist, the heavy mist, which what seems like forever, losing sight of time, losing sight of like anything,
Again?
and you just keep falling.
Uh-oh.
And then you land in the thick brush between two mountainside. Heaven knows where you are. The mist surrounds you. Your magical enchantments allow you to fly don't work.
I'm going to mentally speak out to
This
Mrs.
doesn't take-
Caldwell because I heard her say, "I'm not dying for this." I'm like, "Are you still there?"
There's no response.
Well, this is unfortunate.
Go ahead and update the action tracker.
Are we
Oh
near
my
each other? We're not
gosh.
near each other at all, are we?
Shout something.
Oh, I thought we were.
You
I thought
literally
we were-
can't see 5 feet.
Oh,
in
yeah,
front
because
of
it's all the mist. It's dense mist. Hello? Is anyone out there? Did anyone else make it?
I'm going to use my Horn of Alarm. I'm going to use 3 charges, and I'm going to call to each of them.
I don't know where you are.
But
It doesn't tell me where you are.
it gives you a direction.
Sorry guys, I gotta update the tracker.
We're fine.
Horn of Silent Alarm.
Yes.
When you blow up one creature, provided.
So if we're within 600 feet of each other, they can all hear.
Yeah, we can hear it
my
within 600
horn.
feet.
Alrighty. Sorry, I had to update. So you have blown all 3 charges of the silent alarm.
3
and
of the 4.
3 of the 4. So you're like, oh, 3. Yeah, there was only 3. So you guys all hear, ding, or whatever. Oh, the Horn of Alarm. Awesome.
Can we tell direction?
Vaguely, yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll start moving in that direction slowly.
Do you
So
shout
it's-
anything? Do you say anything? Marco.
Yeah, Marco.
What do I see around me?
Mist.
Just mists. And you said just brush? There's no snow on the ground or anything?
There's probably
How
some.
far up are we?
No, you're not that far up.
Okay.
Not that far up. There's, you can't see.
Okay.
I'm going to change my cloak of many forms to somewhat match the mists.
Mhm.
I'm not going to call out, but I'm just going to start stealthing towards.
Everyone roll
the
me
rock
perception checks that isn't Sovellias. No, roll me a perception check, Sovellias. Just for future use, though.
14.
13.
16.
16, 14,
14.
21.
13.
13, 21. Okay. So you all 13 or both. You all hear Sovellias. What do you shout? You hear
Marco.
Yeah, Marco, from someone who sounds like Sovellias.
So I'm going to stay where I am because I know that they'll have a general direction of which to come.
Okay.
So I'm not going to move, but I'll say Polo.
No, I'm Gilly!
I'm going to stealthily move towards the sound of the horn.
You guys, some of you were kind of higher up than others, but after a little while, you're able to convene. You can still barely make out like features and stuff like that. But you're all now standing roughly in the same little divot that Selina has been.
I'm going to try to step out of the mist, like, not to surprise them, but, I don't make my presence heard until I'm within 5 feet of them. And I'll say, fancy meeting you here. Just like out from the shadow.
I'm glad we all made the fall.
Well, that was some quick reflexes on your part.
The Countess is... Do you think that was really her?
No, it was probably fake, like the blade. Like, all gish.
I mean...
I've never seen someone
I just
shatter
want to
into
go
ice
home.
before.
Hey,
I
guys.
just want to go home.
Aren't we?
And I give Sovellias a knowing look.
What?
Yes.
What's going on?
Oh, yes. So I'll pull the card out.
Give me a second.
Can, like... I'm not even sure if I would know how to destroy this. Counterspell, maybe?
Do you have Dispel Magic?
I don't. Not yet.
So my first instinct was to burn it.
Okay.
But I don't see any flame near me.
If
Correct.
it's a magic item,
No,
it
but you have
shouldn't
fire
be.
burn.
I'll look at
I
it and
do.
I'll say, is there a problem?
Hold, please. I will try to find fire. When I don't find
So
fire,
I'll point at the card
I'll dispel
and
magic.
say like, it's a listening device.
I'll hold up
without
a finger
saying that.
really quick, and I'll point at the ground, like several feet away from us. And I'll be moved back, and I'll say, I'll whisper to myself, silent as the shadow, and I'll cast silence on the card.
Okay.
I do not believe that if it was a device.
Yeah, it's a listening device. According to Selina, I don't know how you've come across this information, but I believe JJ's been listening to us this entire time.
That scoundrel.
Yes. Oh no. Not that. I'm not sure how to destroy it.
I don't trust anything that he's done, so I'm going to cast Fireball using the Clutch of the Elder Gods.
roll 8d6. Go for it. So she pulls out this dark ironwood staff that has a single flicker of Kossuth and 3 missing gems on it.
Does that like light through the mist?
We'll
So
see.
you said 8d6?
8d6.
Can I borrow some
Yeah.
d6?
There's 2 of mine.
Do you permit these?
No, I need more d6. No, I've got 4. I can roll these twice.
Here,
I
here's,
got you, fam.
here's 3.
Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Teamwork
Okay.
makes the dream work.
It's always more fun to roll them all at
10,
once.
Mm-hmm.
15,
I remember being academic.
20,
Yeah.
30 points of damage.
30? Okay. So as you and the single red beam fire and lights up this card, the card, a simple paper card, is disintegrated.
Okay.
Perfect.
Does it make a
I
sound?
forgot to write down his number.
When that paper goes, you hear a voice. But you're not sure
That's
where it
all
came
manner
from.
of unsettling. Wait, even in the silent spell?
Yeah.
That's all manner of unsettling.
Well,
I,
yeah.
I know you're talented, but I didn't trust it, considering it had concealed itself for so long around 3 heavy magic users.
Oh yes, that is probably
Yes,
very
I've
wise.
casted Detect Magic multiple times and it's never shown up as magical.
So
Makes sense, no.
anything we've spoken since we got that card, JJ has heard.
So he knew about the whole. He knows all of it.
He knows you.
Correct.
Yes.
Sovellias, he heard me profess my love for you.
I know.
It's
There are
more
things that are-
humor!
Yes, I'm getting
Is it
better.
humor? Wait,
Yes.
wait. Do you really love Sovellias? Because, I mean, that's completely fine.
It was a joke.
Humor! You're getting better at it.
Thank you.
Yes, congrats, but we're in quite a precarious situation here.
That's
Might
true.
want to figure out where we are.
Should we find a
Can I roll perception to see if any of did the others fly off or did they fall like we did?
So basically, from what you guys saw, it carried you guys past, and the rest of the train was intact. It was like the cleanest break in the history of breaks. It literally just was able to take one car and just fly. It flew.
No,
very
I'm
far.
talking about the 3 Goliaths. Did they fall with us
Oh, you have
when
no
the
idea.
face?
You have no idea. Roll perception.
Okay.
And go ahead. You're the local, so
Yeah.
what would you like to roll?
Well, I just would like to try to figure out where we are.
Yeah, go ahead and roll nature.
Oh,
Okay. I was going to say if
That was a really good one.
because I was going to try to. I thought she was going to try to figure out where we were, and I was going to help you.
just
one thing at a
11.
time.
I
No
have
idea.
no idea.
Yeah, no idea.
All of my dice are in dice jail now. I don't like any of these
Oh,
dice.
no.
They're making me angry.
So I want to find out where we are. That's not good. Oh, well, that's not too bad. 12.
You're in the glide somewhere.
Okay.
Based on where you were and some of the settlements that you saw, you're not super familiar with. So you guys are coming. So the train path. There are 2 ways to get to Bridgeton. One is on the northern path, which would take you actually straight to the meadows. You guys are actually not taking this path. You were taking the southern path, which of the train track, which takes you to Fallen Faller and Mill Street. So you are on this. You know that you're on the southern part of the Elementine Mountain peaks.
Is it too late for me to control flames a little bit of that fireball?
Yeah, you can't because like when the mist dampened all the rest of it. There's no
okay.
residual flames.
Got it.
And also, control flames only works on non-magical fire.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I try to determine? So I knew we were south of the glide. Can I try to determine?
You're not south of the glide.
Sorry.
You're south of the peaks of the
Bridge.
Elementine Mountains. That
Right.
are in the middle of the glide.
Got it. Apologies.
Sorry.
I'm going to try to determine north at least.
Sure. Roll me intelligence plus proficiency.
Got
Where's a ranger when you need him?
It was honestly
Yeah,
at a
seriously.
20,
I know,
and
I
then it
saw.
rolled back to 6. That would be a plus proficiency. 11.
We can't all have a keen mind feat, right?
Can I use Druidcraft to figure out where we are?
No, you can roll nature.
Oh, fun.
Would the
So I'm just
Wait, that
like,
wouldn't help. Never mind.
I cannot see the
No,
sun.
No.
Yeah, you're like no, you can't. See, it's dark now.
Do not update.
So you're like,
Turn to go. This is beautiful countryside.
I don't know where we are.
You said nature?
But it is pretty. What we can do is we can try to find some place, and I can cast the hut if we want.
Yeah, that's the one I think it
And
is.
sort of think of a
I
better
wonder
plan.
if of the carriage, Mr. Bones would know where we are.
I rolled a 3 for nature, by the way.
I don't know if that would work with the mists.
He
But-
probably can't fly, but it still works as a carriage.
I mean,
And he may be able to see through the mist, or
it's
I
worth
think
a
that
shot.
is
Oh no.
probably the best idea that we've had so far.
it is nighttime. You got 6 on nature, Selina.
No, I rolled a natural 1. And
Gotcha,
then I
yeah.
added 2 to a whole whopping 3.
Nice.
Oh, no.
There's grass underneath my feet.
Yeah, if only you guys had a ranger.
Not
If
a tree in
only.
the mountains.
So would you like to
Someone
hold
listen.
on? Would you like to summon Mr. Bones?
I mean, if everyone thinks that's a good idea.
I think it is the best idea that we've
Yeah,
had so far.
I'm not sure what other options we have. If anyone has a compass. Does anybody have a compass? I
Unfortunately,
can't
no.
prestidigitation a compass into existence as a small
No.
trinket that just happens to be mechanical.
If you have a bowl of water and like you can.
Can I prestidigitation a magnet?
Would you like to summon Mr. Bones?
I will.
Okay. So you pull out the
6 hours
ethereal,
later.
the carriage figurine, which is now ethereal. You can see through it and all that, and it is in the nighttime, and rather than its jade coloration. And you speak the power word, and you throw it out, and a massive ethereal ghostly carriage with the skeletal driver and the 4 nightmare horses, and
Oh no.
you're good.
Good God.
And the 4 horses and
That's never a good sign.
Sovellias, it's good to see you.
Yes, a pleasure as always.
Where are we going?
So we don't know.
Oh.
We're kind of lost at the moment in the mountains south of the Glide, right? Or we're south of the Eventine Mountains.
The Elementine Mountains.
Elementine Mountains above the Glide. And this mist is causing us problems. We have no idea of the direction we need to go.
Ah, yes.
But we do need to get to the Glide, or at least close enough to it not to be seen that we can
To
walk into
Bridgeton.
town.
The
To
mists of the Elementine Mountains are legendary for their powers of obfuscation. They prevent flying magic, sometimes divination, and all sorts of things.
What does that
Hello,
mean for
Mr.
you?
Bones.
I've never been here.
Would you be able to find your way?
Excuse me while I talk. What? Oh, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I just simply asked if you would know how to find your way to Bridgeton.
No, never been. In time immemorial, this land was ruled by hags who served as high priests. That, combined with the mists, made this place incredibly difficult for sorcerer kings to do business. So my masters, although they were legendary in their power, kept their distance from the mists. I've never seen this place in my entire life.
Maybe.
Do you have a compass?
No, I'm a skeleton.
Are you excited to be here?
No, I'm terrified.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Would you be able to find your way anywhere else other than Bridgeton? Someplace that you've gone before?
I can't fly here. He goes,
How fast can you travel over land?
through mountains, not very fast. It's a carriage.
It's a magical carriage.
It is indeed a magical carriage.
Can you point us north?
No. No, you'll try. You'll try. Convinced it's that way.
That way.
No.
Wow, you can do that without a compass?
I have no idea. Roll a 6.
Well, this is...
You are? I will help you this much. You are what I believe they call lost. In
Thank
fact, you are up Excrement Creek without proper apparatus to get you out of it.
Insightful as always.
You're welcome.
We appreciate your services, and I bid you a good day.
Good day, Sovellias. Returning the prince.
Well, but
Uh,
that's that.
Well,
Well, I
Do we
I'll,
draw straws to see who we eat first, or?
is there?
that's unnecessary.
Do I know in this area would it be easier to see where we are in daylight, or are we going to be just about screwed either way?
No, daylight would help.
Okay.
Not much. Oh.
In that case, it might be a bit easier to travel at daylight. I could cast the hut and we could have a bit of a rest since we don't know where we are, and wandering about might be
I
getting
can
us worse.
cast daylight, like I did with the monster.
Yeah, it's not actual sunlight, but at daylight it makes things very, very bright.
But Tyndall effect is a problem. Does Tyndall effect happen in your world?
I mean, not mechanically in D&D. No.
Oh, okay.
You pull out like a...
Yeah, no.
I'm
No.
calculating it.
Like, it will help you see, however, the daylight spell stationary.
Oh, got it.
You guys have no light. I mean, you guys can see okay, but like the mist is the mist. This is the whole point. Like you have to travel very slowly.
I guess we can we tell what kind of time it is right now? Can we see the sun in the sky at all?
No, it's dark.
It's
It's
only
dusk.
been
Oh,
like
okay.
half an hour since we got stolen
Oh,
from
that's
a
true.
train at like 4 in the
Well, you're
afternoon.
actually not sure how long it's been. It
'Cause
seemed
you
like
were
you lost.
falling.
Yeah, you fell and you doubted your senses.
Oh, I just hope.
No.
Hopefully, we didn't travel another 200 years any direction.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have the perfect plan. We will bury
Oh.
me, and will dig me up 200 years in the future. And,
You
Calm
might
down,
be
Data.
rusty.
Figure out if we're too.
Can I sit down and try to see if the cloak knows like which direction?
Roll wisdom plus proficiency.
I don't think my dice throw me.
You just doubt them.
Plus proficiency.
they hear you, and they react in
Yeah,
kind.
That's
they're listening
fine.
in for JJ too.
It's better than it was.
13.
All right.
She's suppressed by the mist too. Good job. I know nothing.
Well,
Whichever direction we feel like we should go, we should just keep together. I suggest we take a rope that we slip around each of our wrists or something so that we can't get lost in the mist as we're walking.
That's
Go
a good
different
idea.
directions.
Well,
Who would like to helm the survival check?
I was going to say, it's probably better to stay put since they know we're lost.
Yeah, do we want to wait for light at least and then start moving once it's daylight? Or...
They know we're lost and we don't know where to go.
Roll me intelligence plus proficiency.
I don't think anyone's going to search for us in this mist.
Well, her parents will come looking. It's just a
And
matter
people
of
want to
time.
find you.
Well, sure.
who really
Oh
wants
my
to
god,
find
why?
somebody?
Why? My dice are not nice to me either. Is it intelligence plus? Okay, 13.
At this rate, we're going to be starting a new campaign next week.
I guess so.
This
Nobody
is
brought a
twice
compass.
you've killed
I'm gonna play
somebody.
Hogger Bugs.
Nobody has a
Mist
backpack.
is never good
a
for you.
backpack has a compass in it.
Does this mist
Wait.
make us forget things too? Because that
Well, I
would
guess
suck.
you'll find out.
If only we had a
Do you have an
ranger.
So,
adventurous pack?
If
Gilly.
only we had a
I
ranger.
might actually.
Okay, Gilly, you're sitting there thinking like, well, we could just stay put. I'm sure a rescue. Now your parents would definitely launch a search and rescue. However, there is story after story that you grew up
About
with
children getting lost.
and
in the
never
mist.
being found. It's literally everyone's worst nightmare. It's a blessing and a curse, unfortunately.
How is this a blessing?
Because we
I mean,
can't
other
be.
than it gets reader.
You know how
Because
your
no
people
wars
were
get
conquered
fought
by
here.
airships?
Oh yeah.
The wars get fought in the glide.
So we definitely
Oh, I thought
need
you
to
said
go
that the
down
yeah, that makes
mountain,
sense.
right?
You what? No, you want to go up if you want to reach Bridgeton, or well, you want to go down and then around. Yeah.
Okay, but regardless, we still don't know where we're going, and it'd be easier to find our way in daylight, I think. So maybe we should just stay put until.
It absolutely would be. It's also less dangerous.
Especially with your hut, I think we should be fine.
I can.
So should we find a place to? Sorry.
Sorry. I can remain outside of the hut and scout for a period of time. I believe that somebody should keep watch.
We can see in and out of the hut.
Well,
That
we
is
shouldn't
true.
all sleep
But
at the
yes.
same time.
Indeed. And
Well, not all
well, you
asleep
don't-
anyway.
if we were ambushed,
And I
then
meditate, so I'm alert all the time.
Sad little squishy human.
Yeah, you guys literally have no
Yes.
like. You don't even need to plan how you do
Yeah,
watches.
we'll
It's like,
be
oh
fine.
yeah.
we're fine. At most of the time when I'm not doing my meditation, I will not stay in the hut because if we're ambushed, I don't want to be in the hut when we're ambushed.
On that note, though, should we see if there's some sort of like an outcrop of like a
Oh, yeah.
more secure place just
course.
nearby? So the rope would be a good idea for that, though, so we can't get lost from where
So-
we are.
Who would like to helm the survival check?
I'm really great at it. I'll do it.
Really?
No. But I'll still
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
I'm terrible.
I'm a scout.
What?
My
is-
character
Maybe
is
there's-
overconfident.
Sure.
Are
Go ahead and roll. You're being
you very
assisted
good?
by 3 people. Go ahead and roll advantage.
We're helping.
We're good. Got this. That would be a 15.
All right, so you're able to find a kind of little cropping
14.
of a defensible position.
So from where we all were in Druidic, I'm gonna like carve into the grass.
Sure.
Just something. My initials. so I
Just
know
a
it's
mark.
here.
Yep. Skilly, you cast the hut as a ritual.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a ritual.
Sure, great. So yeah, very nice inside the hut. Not as cold
Yes.
and biting. And... So you guys go to sleep and do the watch stuff. And...
Yes.
Yep, until it gets light
Alright.
up.
In the morning, it seems as if the mist has broken some. It is now more visible, more clear. You can no longer. It's not like this. It's more. You can see like 10 feet, and the daylight obscure. It gives you vague shapes, and you can kind of see. Oh, there's north, because there's the peaks,
Perfect.
which you
Okay.
absolutely couldn't see at night last time.
Okay.
Yeah, we needed that to know which way to
Yes.
go. to
So
begin
what
with,
is the
otherwise.
travel route plan? Do you guys want to arc down south and then come up?
What would I know about trying to get through?
Yeah,
What
roll
might
roll
be-
intelligence plus proficiency with advantage since you're from here.
Oh, which one of you is going to be kind to me? This one, maybe. Intelligence plus 23.
Oh, nice.
So you do remember, though it, perhaps not the most pleasant route, in times, kind of what you were counseled on, or what you kind of remember is, if basically the gist of where you were, seeing on the settlements that you saw and where you guys were pulled, if you travel basically a little bit south and then just kind of head west for a while, you will eventually reach the Shrieking Caverns, the entrance to the Shrieking Caverns, which, if you take them up, will get you to Fallen Faller.
Okay.
You'll basically get to where you were headed. It's going to take a while, but it'll take a day or two of travel. But
Gotcha. Okay.
yep, you're assessing out. You're like, okay, breathe. You've had a night to relax. The hut was very comforting, and you're getting a sense of where you might go.
Okay. And where would the train rail have been?
What do you mean? The train rail. You guys were
Like, do I know
you
about
went.
how far?
They took you southwest from the train route, basically.
So do I know about how far we are from the route?
Not quite sure. No, this is just like very vague geographic notions.
Okay. Could I get us back on so we could walk near it, or how
I
does
don't
that?
think so. No.
Okay.
Too treacherous. Like they took you down. You fell down. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So it'd be better just to keep going.
Well, if we go about this way, I think this is the best route. And I just
So
relay that information.
I'll bring up behind because I have lance stride. So
Yeah.
like half and 3/4 covered in terrible terrain doesn't bother me. So I will try and catch anyone that falls behind or whatever needs to be.
All right. You'll take up the rear.
So did you tell us about the Shrieking Caverns, like going through there? Do I know anything about the Shrieking Caverns? Have I heard of them before?
Go ahead and roll history.
That would be a 24.
The Shrieking Caverns get their name from the horrible howling, shrieking sound that happens whenever the wind passes through them.
Okay, just one.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's a lot of stories about them. Monsters lurk within them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're actually the home to the mines of silver from the Half Moon family that mine the mountains beneath them.
Perfect.
To the mountain. I'll scout forward
Mm-hmm.
if possible.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception. You're scouting, right?
That would be a 7.
All right. You don't see much.
It's
Are the
very.
Shrieking Caverns different than the Ravenous Caverns?
Oh, yeah, they're the same thing.
Okay.
Ravenous caverns are the same.
That doesn't
sort.
sound like wind going through it.
That's where young teenagers go for trysts. Ravenous. And I would be generally trying to be stealthy quiet. Obviously, you notice up front I was scouting forward, taking the path that she indicated.
Okay. So, who's helming the survival check? Again, I'll ask. Are you really going to do it?
Yeah, I mean, if no one
What
has
is
an objection.
survival wisdom based?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that should be me.
I'm overconfident in my abilities.
Oh,
I was a scout. I'll do it.
Oh,
So roll with
Just-
advantage.
Okay.
Oh, I'll cast guidance
So you can add a d4.
Nice.
She puts her hands on you.
from the cat. That's right, I can cast it from the cat.
You can cast
I can cast it.
That's fine where it is, right?
Yeah, I
Terrible.
think that's fine.
Yeah.
So bad.
16.
All right.
It's really bad.
So, you guys make your way through. You guys kind of break first thing in the morning. You eat what trail rations you have from your days when you were adventurers, and you make your way. You begin heading south, more down the mountain than anything. Down is a relative term, but you're basically making a really long path a ways. You go on and on. The mist becomes, it's thicker in parts, it's sparser in parts. You eventually you become on this, you've traveled about a good bit of the day. You're approaching, again, nighttime. You've been traveling for, let's say, 8 hours. And you can feel yourself, the air is thin. It's not horribly thin like it is in Bridgeton, but it's thin, and it's hard for some of you to keep going. You're not exhausted yet, but you're getting there. And except for those who don't breathe.
Or
But
for those who are accustomed.
yeah, those are accustomed. Yeah, you know that. So, and you guys move on, and you eventually come to a kind of clearing. There's this river that you eventually catch onto and follow, and then you come to a clearing. High natural walls surround this clearing, making for an almost gladiatorial space. Gargantuan bones of long dead creatures are recessed into the earth, long buried by the landscape from the ravages of time. A gentle trickle of water can be heard somewhere in the distance, even beside the rushing river before you. And a steep path upward can be seen. There's a small cave formation that lays somewhere in the foreground, and a stiff breeze bites at your skin, carrying with it the smell of offal and fungus. What do you wish to do? There are all these little fungal plants intermittently throughout as you've entered closer to this arena, this garden of bones.
I'll slowly look to you. Does that look like anything that is a threat? The presence of bones is disconcerting to me.
It's definitely not natural. Made of natural things, but not natural.
Does this seem familiar to me? Any stories or legends or
Roll
anything?
history.
I know all of my dice are angry.
You guys suck.
The dice suck.
Good.
13.
Good scrubs.
The mist conceals a lot of strange things. You've never heard of this particular place. You've heard of like the remnants of behemoths that used to walk the earth, but you've never seen the bones of them. Not like this.
And the
Not outside of a
caverns.
museum.
The caverns are not the shrieking.
No, it's just like a small cave. It's literally
That's
like
what
a
I
small shitty cave that you can see in the foreground.
So I'm going to get as close to the circle as I can without going into it, and find the thinnest part of the mist to stand in,
Okay.
and see if my mantle knows anything.
All right. Throughout the day, as you've traveled, Gilly, you've heard this kind of ringing in your ear. intermittently. You don't know if you're just losing hearing or what, but yeah.
Does anybody else feel a ringing? Anyone? Just
No.
me?
No.
Oh, great. Not another thing.
Well, you're not blue right now,
Am I not? Oh, that's good.
so you have that going for you.
You have both your hands.
I do. All of them. All of my fingers.
So
And all of my toes.
could I suss out what kind of magic it is if I did Darkana or
What kind of magic is what?
the whatever the circle is without walking into it? If there
There's
is.
no circle.
It's like a
It's a massive natural landmass
It's
that
like a
seems to have
caldera.
formed a square gladiatorial style arena, for lack of a better term.
Oh, so it's not.
It's
It's
just
not shaped,
natural.
it's
It's
na-
not
natural,
coastal.
yeah.
It is natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
natural.
Oh, I was assuming
as
that
far
it
as we know.
was man-made, so to speak. Okay.
Fine natural walls.
Are we on the same level as it to walk in, or
You can walk in, yeah. You're like on this really steep downward slope that it seems you could almost slide down, but then once you do, you're in the pit.
and the
But then you have
bones
to
are
walk.
coming like out of the pit.
Yeah, they're huge.
I'm going to use minor illusion to just create a little halfling boy to just
Mhm.
kind of walk through it.
That's more. You can create. That's more of a silent image thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Okay.
Can I pick up a rock off the ground and throw it into the pit?
Sure.
Done.
That's right. Okay. Okay.
Nothing jumps out, nothing attacks it, nothing stabs it to death. Do we see anything down the pit that might
Roll
be worth
perception.
investigating?
I'll assist.
Thank you.
You want to do anything else? That's fine.
At 20.
Oh, hey.
So,
Finally.
24.
First memory.
We're at 20, we do a
Perception.
shot.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
As you now, you would have disadvantage
not
because of the miss, so it was your first roll.
Oh, 7.
Yeah. You look in. There's nothing.
I guess, satisfied, I'll very stealthily just edge my way into the clearing if that's the direction that we need to go.
This is onward.
Let's just
You guys
do
can
it.
move. You guys could push past this weird, smelly place and make camp.
May I make a stealth check?
What does it smell like?
Sure.
I have
Offal
advantage.
That's right. Okay.
What's
and
the
fungus intestines.
Oh, neat.
That will be a 19.
All right, you're rolling stealth. Is anyone going with justice?
I've learned to let him do his thing.
I'm not too sneaky.
with his
If you
sneaking
love
around.
someone, you just let them
I'm
go.
gonna remind him that he has a horn alarm, and let him go into the mist.
I don't acknowledge her as I go into the mist.
It's okay.
I'll put
Seems
you guys
about right.
back here, kind of straddling.
I just never come back. I'm gone.
Alrighty, roll
Dodge,
perception,
dodge
justice.
action.
That is an 11.
Alright, you'll see nothing. You get closer to the bones, and they're large and rather imposing. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to keep a lookout for any like footprints or appearance of something that would indicate something was here recently.
Okay. What's your armor class?
That would be a 16.
Oh boy.
What?
Should have cast.
Should have looked for traps.
Two large size, almost tiger-like creatures. They're not tigers, they're mountain lions. With that seem to be translucent, leap out at you. With intermittent within their form are these large mushroom, fungal-like and bark-like growths that are attached to their skin. And two of them are just, three of them, sorry, are
Oh, great!
surrounding you.
Oh no! From the darkness.
They literally were invisible.
I made a huge mistake. Except Justice wouldn't say that because he never yells. So,
I've made a huge
I've been
mistake.
betrayed by one of my constituents.
and I artfully dodge all their attacks.
You actually
not
dodged a
even
lot of them, except for one of them.
Oh, I saw a lot of sixes.
14. Take 32 points of damage from one attack. Right after 20, the rest all missed. So there's a
Can I see
massive
it?
bite. Yeah, you can.
Can Can I use cutting words?
You can.
Okay.
So
Cutting words the damage.
Yes.
You guys are all surprised by this. None of
And
you made
about
the successful
how far away is he from us?
30 feet or so.
Okay.
That's fine.
Where is that on here?
Just roll a d8.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but I have to mark it.
Okay.
It'd be a spell, right?
No, it's not a spell.
It's under class.
3.
3.
I rolled a 3.
So you take 29 points of damage.
Nice.
Or it'd be further down that you have to mark it.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Great.
Are you unconscious?
I'm at 4 hit points.
Oh wow! I thought you had 28. Yeah, you're level 6 now. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the one massive claw digs into the side of you, and you.
Okay.
I need y'all to roll initiative.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
I hate all my die. Yep.
Ooh! I should be rolling in the box.
This is what
I'm
happens.
so sorry.
That's
Oh
fine.
my gosh.
Why do they roll for perception?
What do you mean? They rolled higher than what you rolled for
Oh,
stealth.
dang.
That's what they rolled.
That's what they roll.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm suspicious.
Yeah. Sorry, first time running live, and I need to get my shit together.
Just
Good
you wait.
gosh. Oh, look, a bridge!
We'll be fine.
We're in Bridgeton.
We'll be fine. I'm naturally suspicious.
Of the bridge.
Where?
All right, this is
Okay,
Zombie
you're in a
Shadow
bad
Cats.
spot.
I'm gonna ask for your guys' initiative in just a second. Oh my god.
Where on here
Oh.
do I track?
You know what? I'm gonna do.
Track
I'm
my
gonna spend my
uses of
my
inspiration.
decent inspiration.
Down.
Do
Hit
what?
that Bardic
Increase
Inspiration
my-
53 remaining
Here we
uses.
go.
I'm surprised cutting words is on there. But did you only get one use of cutting words? Per...
No,
No,
it's
it's-
charisma.
Okay. Yeah, there's no marking for it. It's just weird.
It's a bardic inspiration use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Selena, what's your total initiative?
6.
Oh man.
I rolled a 4. Like,
So I have to zoom out for this.
I need to
They're at
buy
the
my
top of
own
the
dice
map.
instead of using second.
Sorry,
hand.
6?
6. A whole 6.
Okay. Sovellias, initiative.
17.
Nice. Invisible giant zombie cats.
Oh
Uh-oh.
gosh.
Oh, that's what they are. What is your total initiative?
18.
What was yours, Justice?
19 with a D10 inspiration. I no longer have inspiration.
All right, these Justice, it's your turn, boss.
All right. I'm going to first cast. I'm going to activate the Zip Zap Dagger. Give myself haste.
Sure.
I'm going to then use my action to do dodge action.
Your hasted action
My hasted action.
or bonus action to do dodge? It's an action to cast a spell. Do you have a
Correct.
hasted action or a
Yes,
bonus
I'm
action?
going to use my hasted action to cast dodge,
Okay.
and then I'm going to use my move action to move away.
Did you want to disengage with your bonus?
Yes, please.
Okay. So you 60 feet. Where would you like to move?
I will move.
Well, I don't think I set the properties on these new pogs. Oh no, they should be controlled by characters.
I will move back behind the group as
Alright,
much
you
as
can
possible.
move at that. Yeah, there's you can't go beyond the edge of the map, but yeah, you. So the world slows down as you activate the power, and the zip zack dagger. Vroom! You take a defensive position and flip away from the three shadow cats that are all trying to claw and rend your flesh, trying to eat you. The zombie shadow cats.
I'm
Yeah,
going to get behind Sovellias if possible,
sure.
and then I will say calmly to Selina, to Gilly, I'm severely damaged.
Selena can heal people too.
Oh, apologies. Well, I'm saying it to Gilly. Yeah, God, I'm severely damaged.
All right.
Good to know.
Umbra's turn. Umbra can go get a running
no.
start.
Oh no.
So he's gonna do a pounce attack.
Well, now you've seen tigers.
These are not.
Or whatever
beasts.
they are.
Uh,
Oh, never
not
mind.
beasts.
They were maybe at one time.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask that, but then he started talking about spores coming out of them.
17 to hit.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits. Unless they're elements.
No, why would that matter? 3. You take 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, you take 7 points of slashing damage. So the claw digs into you.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, that was a pounce attack. So 19 to hit. That hits. So he follows it up with a bite. You take 5 points of piercing damage as he bites into you, and 6 points of necrotic. So these things are digging into you.
Okay.
She's seen better days. Gilly!
I've seen better
It's your turn.
days.
With my bonus action, I'd like to use a second level healing word on
Justice?
on Justice.
Okay.
No, on myself.
Oh.
I just like the way it make me feel.
2d4 plus charisma?
Yep.
Where are you, Justice?
Mine's just the top.
Oh, you moved. Okay.
Plus, and that's 3.
3.
Yep. 9 points of healing for you. And with my action, I'd like to cast Vicious Mockery at the one that at Shadow.
Okay. Needs to make a wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Makes it.
Damn
19 on
it.
the die.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Alright, that's your
you
turn.
smell pretty bad.
Is that your turn?
I'd like to run behind that tree.
It's up yeah, you weren't actually there, so you would have been here if you want to run around the tree. Sorry, I moved you down for initiative.
And I can't
So-
hide, right?
No.
Okay. That's it.
Sovellias
That's my turn.
Anastasia!
Alright, so I will draw my blade and go into blade song. I will then, as I draw, it lights up with fire, and the tip of it glows red, and then fireball, right about in the middle here.
Right, yeah,
To
you're-
hit, they're about 20.
Yeah, you're fine.
So I don't hit anyone else.
No, yeah. DC, please?
DC is. Where is my DC?
Yeah, +1.
I just lost it.
2 of them fail, 1 of them succeed. Roll 8d6, please.
Here's 5.
Oh, I've got
Your DC is
You got
15.
Do you want the other
Okay.
one?
I don't know. I lost it where it's
Proficiency plus intelligence. You have the headband.
1, 2, 3, 4. I've got this.
One of them rolled a 6.
I have so much D6 from that.
Ooh, that's good.
It is. Oh, that's a lot of.
Oh, that's so good. Oh my god.
32. 36.
What?
So
It's so good, man.
5,
That's
5,
nice.
5, 5, 6, 6, 2, 2.
Hot. So the one on Selina takes half.
Yes. Oh.
Wonderful.
Burn! I burned him, and then you burned him. Ha!
So as the streak of a red energy strikes the ground, you can hear the shadow cats cry out.
Alright, and then I will move over to this one.
All right,
So
it's difficult
right
terrain, but you're fine.
Double
Yeah.
burn.
So you
So I'll
move
move over
way
there
into
to
the shallow
defensive positions.
Oh my god.
About here.
Yes.
Okay. Missing is gonna go. And it it's going for you, Sovellias. It's gonna do a
Good.
pounce attack.
Let him.
Oh man.
Let him come.
That'll be a 23 to hit.
Shield.
Yeah. So your AC's 20 right now, I think.
Correct, it is.
So your
The
AC's
shield.
20, but then
So
so
25,
it
so
comes
it's-
bearing down with a claw, and you're like, oh no. With your reaction of a force field of energy, and the massive shadowy undead claw slams into it. It's gonna follow up with a bite. Natural 20. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I rolled it.
Oh no.
TPK at first street.
26 points of damage.
Got it.
So you have no resistances, right?
No,
So yeah.
not to that.
The bite,
That's
and you can feel part of your life force being drained.
Oh no.
The claw wouldn't have the sneak attack, so you don't get sneak attack. Okay.
Ouch.
Oh.
That's Missing's turn. Shadow's turn. The fungal infested undead shadow cat. is going to also attack you, Sovellias. No, he's gonna. It claws up maddeningly, like you think it's. You're like, oh, it can't make it. I'm like 20 feet up, and it's just like, woof.
Yeah.
And it leaps well over you and is now bearing down on you. Before it does that,
Oh no.
it goes invisible.
Oh no.
And you're like,
Oh shit.
you have dodge, so it's just a straight roll.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been forgetting to make them go invisible.
I'm ready myself for it.
And this is.
Oh,
Curious
good.
what the advantage attack would have been. You saved yourself some damage. So the claw. And the bite follow up since it was a pounce attack.
And it no longer has advantage because it's no longer invisible?
Correct.
Okay.
So that's disadvantage. Good call on that because he would have hit you. And so 13 was a low roll plus 5, 18.
That still hits me.
Yeah. This is the bite. 10 points of piercing and 2 points of necrotic. They're rolling really high on damage. How many do you have left?
1.
Oh no.
So the bite strikes into you, and you can feel your life force being drained from this creature. It doesn't seem to be taking anything into it, but yeah. Selina.
I just whispered to it, I hope you choke on it.
So I am going to skirt around this creature to the back end of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then that middle section that all their butts are going through.
Mm-hmm. Lava fireball, kind of.
I was gonna do the Scorcher.
The what?
Agon.
Oh, Agonizar Scorcher? Sure, they'll make dexterity saving throws. So you just kind of etch around, you're between this. You can just barely make it because this thing is kind of translucent. And you let forth a beam of scorching, fiery energy. You guys did a long rest. You got charges back.
I did. I took
You
care
rolled
of
it?
that.
Okay.
And so I'm
3d8.
actually going to do this at a next level, so it would take 4 charges.
Yeah, the staff doesn't have that function.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay, got
Yeah,
it. Never mind.
that's all right. Do you want to
Okay.
you want to stick with Agonizar Scorcher?
Yes, I do.
All right. So she strikes the staff on the ground in a column of roaring fire. On it, the face of a creature you've never seen, and it just and arcs through.
We're all burning.
Fail.
We're all burning.
Fail.
Destroyers.
Oh no.
Fail.
Oh!
Nice! High five.
Well, how much fire damage?
15.
Yeah.
That's 45 points
Get
total.
wrecked.
Yes.
And you guys, I did the fire.
And you guys moved yourselves in such a way that I
Yeah.
could do this. Thank you.
So the fire rips through, tearing through the. Wow! And they are still standing, but they are looking.
Okay. Then, as a bonus action,
Mhm.
I'm going to. Can I do that?
You can cast a second or first level spell with your bonus action.
Okay.
That has the casting time of a bonus action. So healing word. It's pretty much it, I think, for druids. There's not too many other hot options.
He said,
Do healing word justice.
yeah. So.
I'm quite injured.
You'll be fine. Get over it.
That's like there are literally like 2
First
spells in the druid list that have bonus action, and one of them is healing word.
Yeah, I'm just deciding if I want a healing word myself or not.
Up to you. Go.
So, yeah. Alright, I will send a healing word to. Is Justice close enough to?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
Roll.
Yeah, go for it.
First or second level?
Just the first level.
1d4 plus your plus 3. So 1d4.
4.
All right, you feel the restorative word. You're hanging on for dear life, and there's this shadow cat that's like perched perfectly on the ledge next to you.
Oh,
Beneath
man.
it, it's 20 feet down, and you can push it over if you want. But yeah, go ahead. It's your turn.
Me. I'm going to use a. So I have an additional
I
action.
need you to
for-
make a Constitution saving throw because you took damage.
Okay.
It's a concentration spell. You have to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. 3.
You were overcome by a wave of exhaustion,
Oh.
and your turn to skip. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's
Oh,
it.
okay.
That's the downside of using haste.
Well,
Yeah.
goodbye, friends.
Umbra is going to bear down on you, Sovellias.
You don't have those
Okay.
sweet, sweet boots that Vax
19
had.
total misses.
Mhm.
Damn, you are dodgy. So it with the claw claw attack. It's not a pounce attack. You can't fall from the bite. Gilly, it's your turn.
I'm going to Which of these two looks more rough? Or actually, these three.
Easily. Go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Healing word. 3rd level.
3d4 plus 3.
Yep.
Gentle breeze yet again
Yeah, that's
across
not
your
bad.
body. A single word of healing.
And 9.
Justice.
12. 12 points
Oh,
of damage.
Nice.
Of healing.
That's hot.
Yeah.
That was pretty
yeah.
hot.
And with your action,
Things get damaged.
you can
And
use
my action, I'm going to.
wand of magic
I
missile.
can use. Yep. I'm going to put 3 charges
You
of
can do
the
2.
wand.
Third and one spell of any other level, one spell 1st or 2nd level. So that's 2 charges on the wand. 2
Oh,
charges.
versus. Okay.
So
okay.
4d4 plus 4.
Okay.
Go and roll it. Who are you hitting?
I'm going for. Which one looks?
Shadow and missing are the
I'll go for Shadow. It's right on top of Justice,
Yeah, there
and
you
Justice is the most rough.
Well, if you do 44 plus 4.
Oh, come on.
Don't tell me. I know you it's actually. Never mind.
11.
It had 8 hit points left.
Ah.
Minimum damage would have taken it out.
Good,
Nice.
good,
Wow.
good.
So they're just gonna. As the gentle breeze of healing washes over your form, you see 4 beams of orbs of energy, and the shadow cat and falls down into the arena. It's no longer a threat. That's your turn.
That is my turn.
Sovellias Anastasia.
How hurt do these things look?
The real missing is very, very hurt, just as hurt as the other one was, and then Umbra is pretty hurt.
Okay. Got it. No, I'm not going to take chances because these things are deadly. So,
There you go.
Thunderstep?
There you go.
Yes!
Yay!
They need to make
I'll
Constitution saving throws.
Yep, Constitution
Nice.
saving throw.
Fail and fail.
Am I
Roll
close
3d10.
enough that I need
Nice.
to-
Very nice.
I need an extra D10 if anyone.
They got hot
Yes,
attack
here.
dice and weak save dice apparently.
So,
Ooh.
Yeah. 15.
So with the cacophonous Sovellias, where are you teleporting?
Probably over here.
You should have properties to move them, do you not?
I can't move any of these guys.
Oh, I even reset them and everything. That's alright, I'll change them later. Over there to the bone pile? All
Yeah.
right. So you land, and in your wake you destroy one of them, obliterating and separating
Nice.
into
Nice.
Yes.
Only one stands, it's looking hurt.
excellent.
Is that your turn, or do you have nothing, I think, with the bonus action? right now?
No, I don't think I have anything with a bonus,
All right.
unfortunately.
Selina.
Alrighty. So this thing is right in front of me, right? Touchable.
Yep.
Oh man.
Sometimes when we touch. Honesty's too much.
Okay. So it is too close to me for that.
Reach out and touch cat.
Things like Thunderwave, Agazar Scorcher, things like that.
Yeah,
You're
I know.
wrong.
I'm just. Oh no!
Fireball.
I did a thing.
Personal.
I broke it. Okay, so I can't do the thing that I was going to do because I think I
Okay.
clicked the
So just
remove
do something else.
button thing. So we're just gonna Aganar Scorcher his ass again.
Alright, he'll make a dexterity saving throw. Roll 3d8. He fails.
Ah, yes. 3, 4.
4 total?
4.
Never mind. Robbed of the how do you want to do this?
Oh
Okay.
man.
4.
Justice, it is your turn.
I'm gonna bonus action to. Actually, not. I'm gonna move up to it. I'm gonna try to stab
Alright.
it.
What did I do?
So you fly on down.
So
you
I'm
don't
gonna-
fly, but you.
Right, yeah, I'm gonna like
jump
flip
down.
down to it very quickly, and I'm gonna like spring forward with the dagger and try to skewer it. That is a 14 to the attack roll.
And that'll hit.
Excellent. And then this is with that, so I get my electricity damage and that, and I get sneak attack because I'm within range of her. And that is 5, 10, 15 points of damage.
How would you like to do this?
I am just going to, while she distracts it, like gonna come behind it and drive zip zap through the back of its neck.
When
Like-
you do that, and The dagger slams it. A burst of electrical energy courses through the tiger's throat. Its massive claw begins to bear down on Selina, and then it just falls.
I'm gonna use my. Yeah, that's it. So, looking around.
Sorry, I just realized something.
I'll wipe the blade off on its fur.
These things look infected.
Still?
And is it?
Roll nature.
Do I need to worry about people who've been hurt being infected? 16.
They don't look infected per se, like any kind of. It's difficult to say. It's possible that people have been infected by being struck by them. I'm not entirely sure. It's definitely a concern. It's a valid concern.
Seeing these cats, does that jog any memories of anything I've read or
Yeah,
heard
you've
about?
heard of shadow cats. You've never heard of this whole fungus thing. Like, that's super weird. But yeah, shadow cats are one of the common myths around.
Sure.
Yeah, Kate Sith kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
right. But the fungal infection sort of
Yeah,
thing
that seems super
that's
weird.
new.
Yeah, they're not undead. Shadow cats aren't undead.
Right.
They're something else entirely.
I'm gonna drink a potion of greater healing.
If you'd like to. 44 plus 4.
Yep.
I will do the same. And I will say thank you, Selina and Gilly. It was very close there for a moment.
How are you doing?
Not too great. I'm okay though.
Do you want to try to find a place to take a bit of a breather, or do we want to just?
We should definitely
few
try to
potions and-
keep going. I don't have any of my potions on my sheet. I thought I had potions. Oh well.
I don't know.
I don't have
Forgot
potions.
we should
Unless
fix
I
that
use
for
them.
next week.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Potion gone. Are you okay to proceed, Sovellias?
Yes, I'll be fine.
I'm
I'm a little worse for the wear, but I'll carry on.
I'll
Yes,
just give you one of my normal healing potions.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right.
I say that maybe we move out from this depression.
That would be wise.
You
Is there anything
did
in this area that would be worth
Roll
collecting,
investigation.
taking?
9 points of healing.
Can we reach like the claws of the tiger things?
Yeah, they're dead carcasses are just lying around.
All right. Investigation.
Yeah, maybe that cave over there.
You don't want to help me find stuff?
Sure. I'll try. I'll try. What are you trying to find?
Just anything worthwhile.
Oh,
Okay.
they killed anything?
Yeah. So that would be 16.
You don't find anything. I mean, one thing that's like, you could take the fungus for some kind of specimen example, but there's no valuables or anything that piques your interest, like other than all the
I didn't
bizarre
know
stuff.
if they had attacked other adventurers or whatever and had stuff.
There are some dead bodies in the cave, but they're so separated into parts. They don't even look to be humanoid.
That's fine.
Would my mom find this interesting at all?
Very.
Is there a way we could harvest a bit of this fungus without risking our own exposure?
Go ahead.
I would. I can help with that, I believe.
That would be greatly appreciated.
So I have a poisoner's kit. where I
Dexterity
brought-
plus proficiency.
And I brought a bunch of things.
It's a very similar process, harvesting poison.
Could I have that glass back from that healing potion?
There you
Thank
go.
you.
That'll be a 21.
Can you just put it in here, please?
You're able to harvest nice, good fungal samples.
Yeah.
Maybe you rolled all that high in your
Carpet.
perception initially, so.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm satisfied.
Cork it and put it in my bag.
Okay. So what do you guys do?
As we move forward.
If there doesn't seem to be anything here of note, I would prefer to move on.
Yes, we
Do I
shouldn't
know-
stay in one place if it's this dangerous here.
Do I know roughly where this is? Like, can I mark it on the map or something?
Yeah, sure. You can write it down. It's called the Garden of Bones.
Matt's like, so you secretly like, no, there's X to find. Why aren't you looking?
And it's somewhere south of Fallen Father.
You guys are about halfway on your journey.
Making good time.
Yeah. With Gilly here, it's a lot easier. Otherwise,
Yeah.
yeah.
We would have been fine.
You'd have been fine if you had a ranger.
I mean, you would have been fine eventually, maybe,
Right.
or maybe not. You came very close to dying. So,
If only we knew some sort of ranger.
so as you guys push on past the Garden of Bones, you see this bridge that you cross here on the southern end. Rather well made.
The bridge?
Rather well made.
Suspiciously well made. Investigation check. Sure. As I tell you what I roll. No.
I can assist with the investigation.
I'll cast guidance on you too.
They're helping me as I inspect this.
Oh, teamwork!
It makes the dream work. I get a +5 to this. So that would be a 21, 22.
Yeah, this is definitely made by someone, and this is the first man-made structure you've seen, and you guys have been traveling probably 20 miles today, all things considered, and Lord knows, and it's the first man-made structure you've seen the entire time, and it's quite well made.
Is this Bridgeton?
This is not Bridgeton. Of course not. We haven't even gotten to.
It's a joke.
Oh,
Justice.
Okay,
Justice is convinced. Like,
you helped with that investigation. So Selina is rolling over your shoulder. You see Druidcraft in this.
Okay.
So you're like, oh, a druid made this for sure.
So that was gonna be my next
Yeah.
question. Is there any druidic anywhere in this area on the bones?
Yep.
What's it saying?
Yep. So you're like standing around, you're like, oh, this is basically some kind of druidic ritual site. It's a bit of a different dialect of druid than you're familiar with. This is old magic, as they say.
Comprehend languages.
Yeah, it's not quite.
Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Basically, this is some sort of site for conversion and resurrection, and false resurrections, and a center of power for some powerful druid. Some sort of experimental arena area, basically.
We should probably move along.
And a druid who's obviously a very good carpenter.
Yes.
And necromancy.
So I'm sure as he
Oh god.
asks if this is Bridgeton, I'm gonna look at him and go, no, a druid lives in these mountains, or did at one point, built a bridge, and an experimental pit. We should move.
Yes, agreed.
is this typical behavior of druids?
I don't know too many other druids.
It's very rare for druids to dabble in necromancy. It's considered profane among druids.
Yeah. No, not at all.
You've actually never seen druidism like this.
I'll let you know, say, this is beautiful country.
Well, you know.
Yeah, you got nothing. Let it take the L. So as you guys push forward past this bridge down the river, you enter into the thicker part of this mountainous woodland territory. They're now less lost. On some shadow caps. Alright. As you guys trespass along the river, track along the river, you are trespassing, and you go a little bit Freudian slip. You enter, and as you get the air gets darker. It's getting, it's nighttime, but it's also getting just darker, and you're in this thicker kind of overgrowth that seems to spring up out of nowhere as you cross this bridge territory. And you see the trees are slowly, as you move along about a mile or so into this, you see the trees are slowly replaced by large mushrooms.
I don't like the look of this.
Is there another route that we can take?
Intermittently.
Is there another route that we can take? Bypass this area?
Let me think about that and consult my map.
You're very afraid that if you stray from the half-assed path that you've carved out, you are going to get lost or lose a lot of time. And you guys don't have that many rations. Some of you can go without eating, but y'all only brought so many rations.
And I can only go so long without drinking.
Or a bath.
Yeah, that's
He's in
A proper bath.
3 hours.
Yeah.
That's,
hard,
limit for Sovellias.
hardcore, what's that called, withdrawal right now.
Yeah.
He's got the sweats.
Feels so dirty.
So,
my cloak look
I will gladly take point and create a path for people, as like it doesn't bother me, so I can create more of a path going forward at like a regular pace. Maybe move us along a little faster.
Would you say that you're moving at a medium pace?
That 30 feet every 6 seconds. I kind of look around at the mushrooms and look at the two of them. Worst case scenario, I can save us from poison. We should be okay.
Alrighty. As you guys push further into this
I don't
haunted,
know that we should do this.
haunted mushroom wood,
Oh no.
we're gonna take a break.
Okay.
It's the game of choice. You
have none.
Well, the three of them seem to be. I mean, you're gonna.
Do we see a railroad track heading through the mushroom forest?
This game is actually literally off the rails.
Yeah,
We're off the rails.
literally.
No, you guys can. You can. I have a whole thing here. You can go completely back if you'd like and get lost and starve to death.
Awesome. Works for
Did
me.
we want to put up our intermission?
Yeah, didn't you? Oh, hey everybody! Oh,
Hey!
wait! Oh, don't montage
We're
yet.
still new.
Yeah. We are going to be back in about 10-15 minutes. We're just going to take a break, get refueled, and we will conclude this episode once we get back. We'll see where this rests. If the party can make it out of the mushroom woods, or if they're all going to starve to death, we'll see. We're back. Hello, everyone. That looks pretty good. We are back. Thank you for waiting on that break. Let's get back into it. The party had just begun to maybe enter the mushroom forest that is probably home to a necromancer druid after being assailed by these undead shadow cats. And they are discussing whether or not they want to go. Go ahead.
I mean, we
don't
have
have
to
any
move
way
forward.
out.
How much do you guys have in terms of supplies? I do not need to eat, but I know that is a requirement that you have.
Well, I'm not much for camping and for hiking and the like.
Correct. I did not prepare for an extended stay in the woods.
Neither did I.
Are you able to forage for food?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't appreciate you guys never saying I offered this. Ever. But I could become a horse, carry the two of you out of here, and get us through these woods as fast as possible.
But
Well.
only two of us would.
Well, as long as you're light enough.
I'm pretty
You
small.
could carry the three of them because you're on the smaller side and she's tiny.
Perfect. Then I guess I could carry the three of you as a war horse.
But we would trudge forward through the mushroom forest.
I don't foresee us being able to do anything else. Unless we go through the mountain on the other side of that thing that we just came through with the shadow cats.
What is, if we were south of the mountains and we traveled further south, what is directly south of those mountains? If we were to head away from them, away from the
You
mists.
mean back towards Crackmandu?
No, south
Or-
of the mount of where you guys are now, basically, is more of the glide. You'd head towards Midrim at that point. You might find a small town.
Instead of trying to encroach deeper into the mists, closer to the mountain, maybe it would be safe to, I don't know, follow the river.
You are following the river.
No.
Are we following it towards its towards its head?
Yeah, the river
Yeah,
leads
towards-
into the mushroom forest.
Correct.
Can
So if
we-
we were to follow the opposite direction,
You
would
would come
that?
back from where you came.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what you guys have been doing is following the river.
Yeah. I mean, we have to just press forward, I think. I don't think there's any way around it.
Is there a train from the Midrim area to the glide, but it's
There's a-
so far away, right?
Yeah, Midrim's really far away. Midrim is where the trains were made in Centraga.
Right. So the more expedient manner of getting anywhere of importance would be through here. Okay, well, have I read anything or would I have heard anything about stories about
I've
these mushroom forests?
Never heard of a mushroom forest in the glide. This is super bizarre. Someone's been doing some work here.
This is probably the work of the same druid that created those cats.
Indeed.
How far around the path do these mushrooms really?
The mushroom forest goes on for a pretty long time.
So going around it wouldn't be.
You could, but I mean, again, it's a mountainside. Like we're talking, you guys, the path you've taken is a narrow one. You have no special ability to climb. You can't fly. So the path that you've been on, it's not so much time railroading. It's literally like there's only so many paths you can take.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So going around it isn't really an option.
And no one has water breathing?
No.
No.
Unless you do.
I have.
The river's
Fourth
pretty
level.
shallow, but no, it's third.
Oh, third. Okay. No. Don't.
I was
that.
thinking of something different.
Oh.
I was gonna break a bunch of game mechanics.
If we do need to press through the forest, I can make us difficult to track, difficult to detect.
That would probably
would-
be good.
Yes, that would be great.
So, do we want to do this all as we are? Or, I mean, we're nearing a place where we need to camp and rest. Or, right? Because this will be
Yeah, it's
kinda
getting
the-
dark.
Yeah.
I would say
So, maybe before we press on, we camp?
yes, maybe we backtrack past the depression,
We'll do.
camp for the night, and then press forward with due haste through the forest.
Go ahead and you roll me a perception check.
Which of you is going to be noticed to me? No, you're not. How are you? 7.
No, yeah, you don't see it.
Of course I don't.
What do you guys do?
Is there any more druidic along the trees of the mushrooms?
Keep out, that kind of stuff.
Oh, neat.
I would say that we should let us return from whence we came, camp for the night. and
So
then
go
press
to
on
the
and-
other side of the Garden of Bones?
Yes, I would put some distance between us and it. That is my suggestion. We lose a little bit of ground, but we come at this forest during the day. Otherwise, we get trapped in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose since we don't know how deep it is.
And we don't know if there's more invisible murder cats in the forest of mushrooms that would have more advantage against us at night.
Yes, they are pretty disconcerting with their ability to be invisible. Okay. Well, if we're going to make a camp, then we should probably do that, like said. We should probably try to keep any tracks minimal so that people don't, so that if there is anything here that is tracking us, they don't know where we went to.
I will take care of that.
Okay.
So, I'll just whisper, silent as the breeze, traceless as the wind, and then we now have a +10 to our stealth, and we do not leave tracks where we go.
Pass without a trace. 2 key points. Yep.
I suggest we move on.
Well, that's pretty fancy. Where'd you take that?
Sorry. Yeah, the shadows coalesce around you guys. You become. It's hard to even see yourselves. Gilly, you say?
Where'd you learn how to do that? That's pretty cool.
During my studies.
Okay.
Purposely not elaborating.
Who's going to try to find us a place to? And I'll cast the hut wherever it is.
Selina, would you like to helm the survival?
I can do that.
Go and roll survival.
I'll cast guidance on you.
17, 20.
You're able to find, you guys trace back. You don't go, you go reasonably far, but you don't want to lose your way kind of thing. You find a nice little outcropping, as nice as one can make it. You cast the hut as a ritual, an invisible barrier that is comforting inside. You make the most of it as you can. And you take an extended rest.
Yep.
Alrighty. The next morning, day breaks. It's getting even colder now, and the wind is biting at your face. What do you guys do?
I modify my cloak of many fashions to be much warmer.
Okay.
And give me a quick second. I have dice roll.
Yeah, the clutch.
And the Horn of Silent Alarm.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it reached her.
It does. 1d4 expended charges
cool.
daily at dawn.
Cool.
And
Gilly, when you wake up in the morning, you hear it? And there's a flicker in front of you.
is that coming from?
Come on.
It's not my amulet. What did that sound like to me? Like machinery?
Bad radio frequency.
Like someone was trying to talk to me. Okay. Or something.
Your mom's a powerful wizard.
Yep. Guys, I think that they know that we're lost and trying to send us a message, but I can't really understand what it's saying. I'm getting some sort of like magical interference or whatever it would be. So I don't know, maybe that would even affect the Horns of Silent Alarm, but I'm not sure.
Gilly,
Just
do you know
be careful.
approximately how far these mists extend around the
It's
mountains?
all of the glide.
Yeah, intermittently.
So-
It gets more dense the closer you get to Bridgeton. Yeah. When you get further from it's like intermittent, yeah.
Okay.
So, mage armor on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'll hold my pass without trace until the moment we decided we're about to go in.
Yeah.
Into the edge of the forest.
So through the mushrooms?
we just have to be careful and alert. I don't know if we have another option.
Onward into the fog. Okay.
I'm checking to see if I want to change my cantrips.
Sure.
I don't think
She her cat. It's a special. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So again, do we want to go as we are, or do we want to travel as fast as possible?
Yeah, horse mode or not?
Because
There's a pretty clear
uninjured.
path. It looks like this. The forest seems to. It's like cushioned, you know. And you can,
Approximately how fast can you move as a horse? If you were to push yourself.
40 feet, and then you can do that as an action as a dash. So 80 feet every 6 seconds.
Kappa Bard was I can pick from any cantrips and they count as Bard.
Yep.
I'm going to swap out Gust for Good Fairy.
No, good berry's not a cantrip. It's a first level spell.
Oh shit, you're right.
You're welcome.
My bad. I just looked at the first tier of Ranger.
There's spare the
I
dying.
was surprised. Spare the dying. Forgot that Rangers don't have cantrips. Specific cantrips.
So, what's the plan, Sam?
Do we value expediency or stealth?
I think I could have advantage from your stealth either way.
I think
You would gain a plus 10 regardless.
Yeah.
You can cast Long Strider on yourself, give yourself an extra 10 feet.
I don't think I have Long Strider.
Okay.
Well, I'll swap Gust out for friends.
Cute.
Just in case.
We're friends, yeah. Alrighty, guys. So, what are you
I'll
doing?
put it to a vote.
So yeah, I'm I'm okay with the experience route and casting that, so we don't leave footprints or.
Yeah, I think
Sure.
the less
make us
time we
harder to
spend
track.
in that forest, the better.
At least if we are being watched, they will know that we're trying to move through quickly versus maybe trying to deceive
Stealth
them.
in, exactly. And I mean, if they're, like, this is their home turf, I'm sure they may have wards or something like that, especially if they're a druid.
Yeah.
That might deter us from, or make us more detectable.
Are we good?
Yep.
Anything else we want to cast?
So is the warhorse
before-
plan?
Sure.
I think
That's
so.
what I'll trace.
Yeah.
Just double check.
So you'll be dashing through the forest. You're all going to be holding on for dear life.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Don't
Don't worry, I'd rub my hands like that regardless of what plan you chose.
I was gonna ask
Exactly.
you guys before we do this. I can only do this thing to make it difficult to track once per day. If we think that it will be wasted on this venture, I can save my ability. Oh, once per rest.
Before I change into a horse, I can leave a message that we mean no harm.
Like to do that with the druidic?
Yeah.
And I changed my mind. Instead of friends, I'm going to use not spare the dying, sacred flame,
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Cool.
just in case. I don't know.
So
I guess I'll use pass without trace. Just to
Alright.
make no tracks.
So, you guys all get on the warhorse. Sovellias in front, and then the two little ones, or is it what's the sandwich on the back of this warhorse?
Actually, I can move faster than the warhorse can, so
Okay.
I have a base speed of 45 feet. And I can
Oh,
dash.
yeah.
So I will
Oh,
just
nice.
I will not ride.
and you
That
don't
was
really
one.
tire,
Right.
not over a short distance like that anyway.
Right.
So,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna just be off to the side
Okay,
and
next one.
This gets interesting.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
The
yeah,
little one in
Alright.
front will be better.
you do like a little runner's
Okay.
stance. You're
Right.
like, and you look over to the warhorse that has the tiny little. So who's in front on the warhorse?
Probably Gilly and then
Yeah.
Sovellias.
Okay.
Short little me.
Yeah.
Griffin, that little haughty hatchling type. You guys ready, set, go, and you're just dashing. You can actually well, it's a key point though. No.
no.
Oh no, broke
My
stuff.
base speed.
Yeah, yeah. You're faster than the horse. You're just like, woof,
Well,
which
because
is,
you
which
can
is
kinda
really good
scout, you'll
because this
catch
thing's going to go
something.
after the slowest moving target.
But I can still take the dodge action,
Wait,
right?
what?
As you guys
While
get
on the
further
horse?
and further into as you guys get further and further into this forest, and it's pretty big, moving for the mushrooms, you hear a and you're like running, you're like, oh god.
Did you?
What?
Did you hear me say I can still take the dodge action, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it done.
Good.
And it gets closer and closer.
Oh no.
And bursting out just behind you guys, you miss it by an ass hair,
Oh no.
is a massive bipedal with tiny arms and a large head, lizard-like creature, and that is full of fungus and is rotting.
No.
And its jaw is exposed, its teeth through its jaw, and it lets out a massive king-like roar. I can't do a Tyrannosaurus Rex roar, but and it starts charging after you guys. I need you to make dexterity saving throws, you two.
Oh, both?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So it's a beast, right?
So I
It's
make
undead.
a dexterity saving throw as a horse,
Oh,
not as a
you.
The worst.
right?
Huh?
I make a dexterity saving throw as a horse,
Yeah.
not as a me.
Or
God.
athletics check. You make an
I
athletics
almost
check
wore a
actually as a
T-Rex
horse. I'm
necklace.
sorry. Make an athletics check.
I'm
You
serious.
can, and you do a dexterity saving throw.
I don't know, so
Just
Wait,
roll
what's on this?
roll a d20, add strength plus proficiency.
Oh, where's
16.
As a
this?
warhorse. 16, nice. So as the stomps down, you jut forward just a little bit, leaving the warhorse behind. The warhorse now is trying to pull forward and along.
Ah,
9.
It gains on you and it's going to take a bite.
Can I?
What's your AC as a warhorse?
12.
Oh, yeah, that'll hit. 12? Yeah, that'll hit.
Would I want
Oh, no,
to
wait,
cut
wait,
it
hold on.
words?
It might misses. Sorry. So
Nice.
it clamps down and the jaws miss you. The first attack is at disadvantage because he. Huh?
It's fine.
Yeah. Claws. The massive jaw slams down and both of you make your. Now you're out of the way, so you need to make athletics check to keep up, and you make athletics. You can do acrobatics. You can parkour this.
Okay.
You do athletics,
Cool.
Selina. So roll a d20,
Parkour.
war horse strength plus
Oh my God,
proficiency.
parkour and a T-Rex that's undead. Motherfuck. It's like all the Dresden.
12.
Jesus Christ.
I'm prepared to do something if I have to. That's an 11.
That's 2 failures.
Oh no.
What are you gonna do?
I was gonna see if I could cast Step of the Wind, if that would help me at all. Doubles my.
Well, I'm assuming you're doing. Well, no. Step of the wind is.
It lets
It's
me-
dodge. You're already doing that with your cunning action.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
does double your jumps.
That's what I was
distances?
thinking. I
So
didn't
your
know if
total
that
was
helped.
lower than her total.
I had 11 and she had 12.
Shouldn't think anything attack you. This is your first failure, so it's a disadvantage. That'll miss. So the jaw slams down on you, missing. You can feel it almost break your back. It's
On my turn.
all right. Well, go ahead. It's
I don't know if this
more
helps.
of a skill challenge, but yeah.
Okay, because I don't know if this gives me any kind of advantage.
Yeah,
I could
go
cast
ahead.
haste on myself,
You can.
so I'm not.
Lord forbid if you get hit, buddy.
Oh no!
Make it. What are you doing? Make a choice.
You can
I'm-
cast haste on me, so I can keep up with you.
Yeah, that's true. It's not. But if you, either way,
But if
one of
you-
you's gonna stop.
One
if
of you
gets
get hit.
I have
no, it's-
Constitution
Oh.
shenanigans.
Yeah, but-
'cause-
That just
Okay,
that,
yeah.
seeing
can't
that
communicate.
she's slower, I will cast haste on her.
Alrighty, so the warhorse speeds forward. So its speed is double. That's 80. That's 160. So you're the one who's behind. Make athletics check, both of you, one more time. This will get her out of the clear. You got one. Yeah.
Guidance.
Athletics check. Yeah, guidance. Roll it. Add
And
D4.
Do I get
add
guidance?
D4.
No.
I can only
I
give it.
got
So
nothing.
she's
Oh.
she's
I
just,
haven't touched
Inspiration.
him.
she's just praying. Yeah, you
I'll
can.
give him inspiration.
Go ahead. Roll a D8 with it. Well, you can choose to see.
Run, Justice, run!
God damn it! I hate all of these fucking dice.
You're not having a
Okay.
good night.
No.
17. Then this is an acrobatics. No, you said I could use acrobatics
yeah.
because I'm parkouring.
Yeah.
So it'd be a 23.
23. That'll succeed. What was your total?
13.
Oh.
13 just makes it. And slams on down. So you've had 2 successes, 1 failure. You've had 2 failures, 1 success, if I remember correctly. So I need one more roll from you, Selina. You skirt past. Oh no, you have haste. That would actually. So you both dash out of the clearing at the end of this forest as the Tyrannosaurus zombie
man.
Tyrannosaurus Rex, and it stops the moment you jump past the clearing. As you make your way out of this forest, you can see what seems to be a town that rests high on the peaks of the Elementine Mountains. Before you, if you follow this path far enough, beyond the mushroom forest, you can see some caverns and caves. It's just barely in your eyesight. You see perhaps the light at the end of the mushroom forest.
Wonderful.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna come back and grab him
Yeah.
and see if
I'm
he'll
gonna
jump off.
Legolas.
And then
Legolas.
just as long as the haste will take me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I mean, how long does haste last?
A minute. So
A whole minute,
Yeah, but you
so-
get pretty far in that minute, so, and then it stops.
And then I just kind of fall over.
Yeah. And then you guys are in the clearing. You've made it past the mushroom forest. What do you do?
Are those things
Native?
native?
No.
I didn't think so. I've never seen one of those
Huh.
things here before in my life.
Maybe
Can I
we
write
should.
down that I have dinosaurs now?
Nope. Because it's an undead.
Undead.
I can't.
Aren't I the worst?
All I wanted to do was come home. What's happened to home?
This is a lovely country.
And this whole time over the days and like before in other games, Gilly's talked to you guys how lovely everything is in the glide. Like, we don't have wars in the glide, and oh, everything's really nice, and you're gonna love my parents, and everything's it's so lovely. You live in a monster godforsaken monster
wanted to go
infested shithole.
Yes,
Welcome.
but there's normally no undead T-Rexes. Oh.
That druid's been here a long time. Well, I wouldn't. I'm still a horse. I haven't had a horse myself. I'm just kind of glare at you in a horse.
Would we?
I didn't
Glare and
know.
horse.
Horse glare.
Would it make sense for us to press on, or do we need to take a short breather?
Does this look familiar?
Yeah, you're like, oh,
This is
you're getting there. You got about a half a day's journey to Bridgeton to the Shrieking Things. You're
Okay.
getting there. You can get there by
Are you guys
close to work.
so you said half a day's journey till we get to the Shrieking Caverns.
Yeah.
Okay.
And is that if she's a horse and we're still booking it? Okay.
Are you guys doing okay?
I'm fine, although I cannot maintain the improvement to our ability to conceal ourselves for much longer.
Alright, then we should keep moving while we have that bonus.
It's an hour.
It's an hour.
Yeah, it's starting to fade. Yeah.
Yes, I recommend that we continue to do haste until we need to take a short break.
We're in this
Agreed.
clearing. What does this clearing look like?
You're seeing. I wouldn't say you. So you're now as you're getting closer to Bridgeton, you can see the mist, the really thick, heavy mist that's obscured your vision for so long. Now it's kind of just a gentle fog.
Okay.
It's kind of nice.
Misleading.
This looks a bit more like home. You're starting to recognize some things. You probably haven't been down here before because this is like, why here? But it's starting to look more like home. You definitely recognize Bridgeton far, far in the distance. You know, you can see you can see Cassilian Augard in the distance, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting any of that message sort of
Not yet.
thing going on.
Is there more Druidic on this side of the mushrooms?
You guys moved way past it.
We booked it,
So,
got it.
yeah, no.
Perfect.
You did see all throughout, though. You know, keep out, get off my lawn, basically.
Mm-hmm. Beware of.
Weird.
Beware of Chompy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep like a note of where this is if
Mhm.
I can,
Mm, sure.
like a mental map, because this is a weird druid and I want to come back.
Wonderful.
I definitely marked it as don't go back here.
Mushroom Forest of Death.
So Selina and Gilly are marking exact opposite things on their maps. Like,
Never
don't
go
ever
here.
go back
We'll
here. And
visit
she's
again.
like, I need to visit this place again.
Wonderful.
That's awesome.
It's fun.
Alright, so you guys, what are you doing? Making your way, or?
So
Yep.
I'm
What's up?
prancing around them at this point.
It's up to you guys whether or not we want to do a short rest.
No, I don't think we need to. I think we should just keep moving while we still
Okay.
have the bonus.
Agreed.
Sounds good.
So the shadows are coalescing around you. The light of the early fall sun is now pressing in. It's a bit warmer now that you've made it. In the air, you know that a lot of the Gishari landscape is magically altered and controlled, and there's different weird things that go on. So, you know, where you are in the country it determines rough temperatures, but you're now starting. You feel like you're cresting into maybe the more temperature controlled parts of the capital. It's getting warmer when it shouldn't be, basically, even though you're only higher up.
Okay.
Alright.
We'll continue to press forward.
So go ahead and roll to survival check with advantage and plus a d4. I'm assuming you're guiding her.
As a horse.
Horse stuff, but you can maintain your mental stuff.
Yeah, which is good.
Horse stuff.
Okay.
Not your night, huh?
So no, finally
Oh.
it's a double-digit
It's
number.
because you're a horse right now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Horse
so it's
stuff.
survival. So 26.
Nice.
You need to roll everything as a horse now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on, guys. I'll cast this spell in a second.
Let me be a horse first.
I'm gonna cast Fireball, ready it, and then I'm gonna oh, we can't bonus action. Anyway, so you are able to make your way. You guys travel on for the rest of the half day. It's now getting darker, and you come around to the far. You are basically so you can see now this beautiful. As you can get closer and closer, you see high up in the peaks of the Elementine Mountains a beautiful spire. A massive spire castle of silver that seems to be made of pure silver. It glistens even in the fading sun. Gentle, lovely, rolling, fluffy mist glide over Bridgeton, but you guys are way, way down at the bottom, and it's God knows how far up. And you stand before the entrance of the Shrieking Cavern. What seems to be like a disrepaired, fallen out of use entrance to the Shrieking Caverns.
Okay.
My life for dimension.
And you can hear, that wouldn't even make it, but you can maybe a few times. And you can hear a kind of,
Where's that coming from?
inside the cavern.
Is that the normal sounds that it makes?
You ever been there?
Okay.
I'm
Can
gonna
I make
move.
a perception check?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
You guys are standing out the entrance of this fallen out of use
I'm looking.
entrance that is like boarded
Does that
up
help
and
you?
stuff.
I
Does that help her if I'm looking with as well?
Everything is a horse. God damn it.
Horse stuff. Are you doing this as a
No.
horse? I'm confused.
I'm not doing this as
Okay.
a horse. I should be.
Oh yeah, your horse form would have dropped. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I dropped my horse form. So perception, that's a 9.
Horse stuff.
no.
You hear.
I'm gonna try to stealthily move forward towards the mouth of the thing and peek in if I can.
You just see darkness. There seems to be a massive echo bellowing out. You're catching some kind of far off, bellowous, weird noise.
Right.
So do we camp in the cave or outside the cave?
Got some daylight left. It's
Yeah.
early fall.
No.
Do we have to go through the caves to get to where we're going or just past them?
You going up them is the best way
The mines of Moria.
based on your
Okay.
position. Yeah, you're in like the most informal, disrepaired, fallen out of use. No, there's like it's so rocky and rigid. There's no farmland here. There's no nothing, and the mists are so heavy in the southern half that there's just nothing.
Don't knock anything over into any very deep holes.
Okay.
I recommend a short rest before we enter.
Sure.
Alright.
What do you need?
I would like to be able to make us harder to detect again as we move into the confined space.
Oh, that makes sense. Then I'm going, before our short rest, I'm going to cast Dark Vision on anyone who could use it.
Does anyone need that?
I have my goggles. It might be beneficial to have a backup, but I have my goggles.
I have my elven eyes.
Then I'm going to cast it on myself.
Okay.
So I have some Dark Vision.
There you go.
My special eyes.
But then we're going to use
Sovellias, what do you
short
see with
rest,
your health?
right?
Hmm.
All.
Been a bit of a day for you guys.
Yeah, a little long through the forest. Pretty typical stuff. I was picturing, I wish I had a mirror so I could look and see the thing and then the rearview mirror coming up on us. Like from Jurassic Park.
None of us are damaged in rolling hit dice, right?
No.
Okay.
So
I don't need to do a song of rest then.
before you guys, as you guys are resting, an image of a small halfling clad in beautiful cerulean and silver robes, a gentle, brilliant silver necklace with a single cerulean eye, stands before you. There you are. There you are.
Hi, Mom.
Hi. Oh, you're well.
Yes.
Hi.
A little bit worse for wear, but we're okay.
I've been trying and trying. You were lost in the mists?
I figured that was you trying to send. It was getting some interference.
Well, every hour on the hour that I could.
Well, I'm just glad that we're just outside the caverns right now. So,
The Shrieking Caverns.
yes.
Why not?
I don't know what happened. We got knocked off of the train, the rail, and it's been a bit to try to find our way.
Can you make it through? Are you all right? If you're going in the Shrieking Cavern, seek out a Lanagir and just talk to them. Get escorted up if you have to.
Is there anything I need to know? I mean, some of the things seem a bit different around here.
No, all is well here in Bridgeton.
There was an undead Tyrannosaurus in the forest.
Kitty, you don't have to make up stories just because you got a little lost.
Can everybody else see her and speak
Yeah,
to her?
she can see them. She's not paying any attention.
No
Yeah.
matter how silly your daughter is, she's not made up this one.
Yes, no, it was very real.
She gives you a discerning look and gives you a discerning look. Well, one thing at a time. There will be a day for Tyrannosaurus zombies, but not right now. You'll make your way up, find a Lanagir, talk to them, get escorted up the Shrieking Caverns.
Okay. There's nothing going on in the caverns that I need to know about.
No, the caverns are the caverns.
Zombie
Okay.
It's where the
miners.
mining are. Don't get in the way of the miners.
Sure.
You're okay?
I'm okay.
All right.
I miss home, but I'm okay.
We'll see you soon. I'll be waiting.
Okay.
And then, like a TV turning off.
Alright.
Well,
Zombie cats, zombie behemoths, zombie miners. It'll be a day.
and she told me to speak to a.
Lanagir, a guard of House Lanag. They control the mines.
That's what I thought. Something along those lines.
Well, at least we know the mines are safe now.
There should be a walk in the park.
Walk of the mines.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
So we did our short rest.
Yep.
I will, before we enter, cast passive without a trace on us again.
Everyone will stop. They're sneaking, and you guys break down these boarded down kind of, and you're in this like low dark area, and you have to kind of climb up through stairs that are falling into disrepair, and
32.
that cloak of the bat advantage, yo.
So it's what you roll plus your stealth plus his 10?
Yeah.
28.
Nice.
Plus the 10.
29.
Yeah.
25.
Oh, you guys don't, yeah. So you guys trek further and further into this over the better part of about 30 minutes, and you kind of, and it's really dark in here. You guys can all, you all have dark vision and all that, and you just hear, swoosh! Oh. Work faster! I'm doing my best. Your best isn't good enough. The scene you see before you is a halfling man accompanied by 2 human guards, which wear the clothing of the Grambling Company. A halfling with the insignia of House Landing, who's holding a whip and whipping a Goliath that is doing some mining.
I'm going to very quietly whisper to Gilly, how long has this been happening?
This is new to me. Right? This is completely new to me.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Grandling Company.
With House Landing. If you would stop whipping me, I could do some honest work. You wouldn't know an honest day's work in your life, you traitor.
Okay, so
Justice does not like this very much at all.
so
They may be
this
prisoners.
is new to me. I don't know what's going on, right? This is
Completely new.
completely new. But we need to get up to where we need to go, and then I need to have a conversation with me mom about this.
He wears your colors, he must report to you, correct?
Doesn't report to me,
Your
but
family?
not my family.
Oh.
The Lannings are different than the O'Sheas.
Oh, whoops.
2 different families.
They all look the same to me.
Just racism things.
Just casual.
Alright.
Just casual. Okay, so
So I say we don't talk to this one.
well, we might not have a choice
We
Yeah, it's a
always
mine.
because I
come
don't know where I'm going through these mines. I mean, they're mines,
He's a Lanagir.
and he's a Lanagir, so he should be taking me through along with the 3 of you.
It's our
So-
safest bet to get to a shower.
It is. I say we
Shower.
just, I say as much as we dislike what's happening at the moment, we just keep our mouth shut, get through it, and deal with it on the other side. Is everyone okay with that?
How
Yes.
hurt does the Goliath look?
He'll be alright.
But how hurt does the Goliath look?
He'll be alright.
And
Goliaths
maybe-
are incredibly hard to kill.
No, but like if I pass by and touch him with a healing word as I go past,
You help him.
stealthily.
No.
God.
You can try.
Pat him on the
Certainly
ass.
try.
Pat him on the ass. She'll get him, Tiger.
So, what are you guys doing?
So, and maybe we'll find out that he's some sort of criminal or something. I mean, I don't know
We
what's
don't know the
happening
whole
here.
story here. We
Right.
just see one side right now.
But
We'll bring
this
it
is
up.
our best bet through. So. Oh God, man. Yeah, uh-huh. Tell that to me later.
Alright.
Okay.
So, you kind of jut out, and what do you say, Gilly?
Hello there.
What the? And he draws a gun, and they all have crossbows.
And I pull out my insignia. Gilly, House O'Shea.
And he throws out a hand, and not fairy fire, but dancing lights. And you
We need-
recognize this boy.
Oh, Christ.
This is Carlin. O'Shea. Not O'Shea, Lanning.
I was gonna say.
Lanning. You went to school with him.
What did I know about him?
He's kind of a dick, but
Kind of a dick?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was a jock.
Are the Lannings typically dicks?
No.
No, okay. Carlin, is that you?
Yeah, Gilly, is that you?
It is?
What on earth are you doing down here?
Well, you see, there was a bit of an accident on the train. I was heading into Bridgeton, and
Aye, I heard that.
thunderstorms.
Ah, he's a proper bastard, isn't he? And he whoosh, whips the Goliath. That one's for your daddy.
That's his father?
Patriarchal figure.
Oh, okay.
Not literal father. I mean, what are the odds of that?
I really don't know. You know better than I. But if you could give us an escort a bit through the mines.
Yeah. They told us to be on the lookout for stragglers and such, but I didn't think it'd be all the way down here.
Well, I had no expectation of being all the way down here, so.
No, I guess not. You're on the up and up. You're good.
Oh yes.
I then reveal. While they were talking, I would have concealed myself as a human, and then I'll come out of the shadows.
Oh, jeez, I didn't even see you. Oh, he actually doesn't even see any of you. My bad. You're all like 20s stealth.
Right.
So you. Oh,
I step out of the shadows.
oh, there's more than one of you.
Yeah. So I'm traveling with a few people that also got knocked off on the train.
He's like, he's giving it the hardest look of his life. He's like, I only see two.
Yeah, so I walk out.
Oh, Jesus!
We weren't sure. We had a bit of a kerfuffle back in the woods, so we were trying to play it safe. I'm sorry.
If there's anyone else out there, please just step
Come
forward
out as
now.
a come out as a spider.
And the horse.
On the ceiling.
And then chained in the middle.
So while they were talking, I did the healing
Okay.
working to the.
Yeah, good. And he didn't know. Yeah, thank you.
Perfect.
Okay, the Goliath.
And then I'm going to step out as close to the Goliath as I can to scare him.
The Goliath?
I did not the Goliath to scare
Oh,
the
okay.
halfling because I'm gonna
Yeah.
be as close to where he hit the Goliath with the whip.
So whenever you start chanting, the Goliath like looks up and he sees you in the shadows and he just looks at your face. He goes, "All Father's blessing to you." And you just step forward and he goes, "Okay."
At the last.
Are you sure?
It's just the four of us.
And to 20 more and back.
Oh, he's learning humor. He's learning humor. Ignore
I
that.
look like a
God.
human right now.
Oh shit, that's right. Never mind. I wouldn't have said that.
Oh, is
Yeah.
he not? Is he not all that? Oh, you wouldn't have said that.
I would have because if he's
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, he's like, well, I'll escort you all up. You two see to these sods, and he points to the other Goliaths that are now, that you guys can see are now, and they're the Goliath prisoners. And you guys gather and make your ways up, and yeah, row after row, shaft after shaft. Goliaths, some halflings, mostly Goliaths and other creatures of the glide that have been imprisoned, that are shackled and are being mining silver and being treated as they are. Some of them are doing more logistical work. You see some bookkeepers, and you see kind of infrastructure. You make your way up to the shrieking caverns, and
On the way up, just catching up with Carlin and trying to find out what's happening here with all that, because that's new, right?
you're not too familiar with it. Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you say to him?
Have you been?
Oh, been well.
What's
you know.
new?
Nothing's new under the sun. You know, there's that bit going on in Cragnadu. There's the capital talks. That's all the gossip around here. Nothing new in Bridgeton.
What's going on with that son of storms?
He's a terrorist. What do you want from me? I mean, that's what he's doing.
I mean, what's his plan? Like, what's the reason that he's going after these nobles and such?
Hell if I know. He just attacks stuff, blows stuff up, and wants to restore the glide to its rightful owners or whatever. I haven't thought too much about it.
He feels that Goliath are the rightful owners of the glide.
And Goliaths among others, yeah.
As we walk out, while they're talking, I'm gonna inspect some of the Goliaths and see if I can see any kind of like marks or brands or tattoos or anything.
Roll perception.
That is a 19.
Yeah, there's a lot of you're not too familiar with Goliath tribal markings. There's a lot of people from the same tribes here.
Mm-hmm. Anything that matched what the Son of Storms had on? Okay. Good to know.
But I mean, we've rounded up a lot of his boys, as you can see, and we've put them to good work, paying their reparations or whatever you want to call it.
These were all
Some of them.
followers and such.
Some of them are petty criminals.
Is this how you always run the mines?
Not always. More recently, there was some deals made. My family made a a deal with Lanig, the Grandling Company a couple of years ago. One of their trade representatives stopped by and made us a good deal. Been good for the bridge, been good for the Glide, been good for Bridgeton. They come up with the idea of putting criminals to work. We never thought of that before.
And how long ago did the Son of Storm surface?
Around the same time. Come to think of it.
Sorry, that was an out of character.
Yeah, I know, but I just answered it.
Yep.
A bit before, yeah, I imagine he was a Bruin, but no, it's all been very recent, a few years ago. Technically, they're supposed to not be doing the mining, but you get far enough down and they're supposed to stick to logistics, and the miners are supposed to be the union, but it's been cheaper to use them than the prisoners in the end. The Grandling Company supervised the whole thing, so.
You said the miners are supposed to be the
Union.
Union.
the union. Okay.
Saving. Justice is a joke.
No, it's been great. It's been a honeypot deal. There's been coin flowing into Bridgeton. We're getting richer and richer. It's been good for the Half-Moon. It's been good for everyone. It's been good for the O'Sheas, I'm sure. Although I don't know much about it. Oh, they're prisoners. They've committed crimes, rapers and thieves, a lot of them. How much sympathy are you supposed to have for those types?
True. They're not sending their best.
No, that's cool. Well, and then he gets you guys to the door. Good seeing you, Gilly. Nice to meet the rest of you.
Yeah. Say hi to your frogs for me.
Oh, I will. Everyone will be happy to know you're alive.
Yes.
As I walk out, I'm just
As am
going
I.
to see if I can take a quick stock of the style of lock on the door.
Just go ahead and roll intelligence plus proficiency. Investigation for you, actually.
19.
Yeah, you have a pretty good idea. So just mark that down. Lanig's Silver Mine Gate.
Mm-hmm.
Advantage. All right, as you get processed and go through, you come up upon the area of Fallen Faller. Where are you, baby? Where are you?
I'm right here, man.
We're all right here, Matt.
Do you have the map of Bridgeton? I can't
I
find
do.
mine.
Here, hang on.
Where did I put it?
This guy?
Yeah, just the concept map. I don't want other people to see it, just for me. Could you hand that over?
Oh, sorry.
No,
You're
that's
good.
all right.
I'm like, I thought you were gonna put it up there.
Motheos, that's right. God, couldn't
Touch it to the TV.
So you guys come out on Motheos, actually. So you are in the area. So you guys arrive onto the bridge. So Bridgeton is a very interesting town. It's a town built among the peaks of the Elementine Mountains, and therefore, due to just its very nature and the lack of terraforming that the halflings ever committed to, there are a lot of, you can see immediately where the city gets its name. Bridges galore. Bridges connecting the several main peaks that are all connected, bridges, and then there will be openings within these main peaks, and there will be bridges crossing that. There will be little singular houses that have like 4 bridges stretching from them. Halflings. Good bit of hustle and bustle in this area. You're in Motheos right now. You're in kind of the working class part of it. These are where all the workers and the hands of Bridgeton are. And good hustle and bustle. One of the scenes you see is a guy he seems to just be reading, and you see, and he's like walking, and you see he just literally walked right off of the edge of a cliff, and as he does, a giant eagle just catches him, and he just keeps walking, and he just none the wiser just keeps walking. Nice hustle and bustle, a lot of cheer, and that is what you see.
We have slaves in the mines and they don't know what to do.
Well,
Once
I was gonna say, how long would it take for us to get from here to my family's place?
not long, an hour, 2 hours.
An hour,
She
2
looks
hours?
like she hasn't made it there yet. You could probably surprise her. Oh yeah, she meant to mention. She's Mafanwe. She told you. I forgot to mention. She mentioned that she's a little tied up. She said just get here, basically. Actually,
Okay.
she can't meet you out there.
I think we could probably all use just a real quick drink, right?
And a shower.
Well, a quick drink and then get to my family's house, because it's going to be another couple hours until we get to my family's place. But Does
Sure.
anybody want to drink?
That's fine with me.
Let's pop into the Devil's Hog. Oh no, you're not prepared for this.
No, I'm prepared.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm not doing anything. I'm not saying anything. It's whatever. It's not my
Is
point.
that not
my.
okay?
No, you're. Yep. This
The
is.
Devil's,
fine.
the
This
Devil's
is
Hog?
happening. Okay, it might happen. I don't, it's up. No, we'll just see. Okay, so you arrive into the Devil's Hog. Well, you don't have to, but all right. We're in the Devil Dog. I have the worst poker face, but it might not happen. So it's just everyone calm down. All right.
I'm really
You arrive in the Devil Dog. It's a pretty decent crowd, whatever freaking day of the week it is. Good hustle and bustle, kind of a bit of a shadier crowd, and you know actually the Devil Dog is kind of where all the criminals and thieves hang out.
Okay. Well, it's just the only
You already said it.
This is where she used to hang out in college.
The only the only one on my sheet, so.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
So you guys, well, because the other ones are all owned by your family, that's why. That's the only one worth mentioning.
Oh, so there are other taverns in that area that I.
Yeah, this
my
is
family
literally the
owns?
only one not owned by your family. So anyway, it's already
Damn.
this is happening.
Okay.
So you know, and there's a good hustle, and everyone kind of stops when you all enter, and then they just kind of keep going. In the middle, talking to a rather handsome gentleman is another very handsome gentleman with ebony skin, beautiful, kind of sad eyes, tall and well muscled, who wears a brilliant dark leathers and a cape of gold and white. And he is a tiefling, and he has large horns. This is Idris Elba as a tiefling, basically.
Gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yes.
gorgeous. And he looks at me. Oh, welcome to the Devil Dog. What can I get you?
We need a round of something.
I'll take a finger of whiskey.
Okay, whiskey. That's my drink.
What would be the special around here? Would I know?
Well, the special to eat is, of course, the Devil Dog. But to eat, we've got some fire whiskey, Tiefling brand fire whiskey.
How much is a round for the four of us?
A silver.
Gladly put that down.
Thank you.
Put down 2 silver.
Hey. 4 pours of whiskey.
I'll just
What
take a
brings
shot.
What brings you?
With friends. Visiting our good friend Gilly's your hometown.
Okay. Oh, Gilly. Gilly. What are you looking for?
I'm looking to mark down my 2 silver, sorry. I'll just write it down here.
It's a beautiful country.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of trouble on the way in. You know, the train and all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's. I heard about that. There was a bit of a terrorist attack. Glad you're all safe.
Hey, no wish for the wear. Think everyone could just use some drinks and calm our nerves.
Yeah, sure thing. He looks at you. Y'all look like you've been through it.
A bit, yes.
And now the other side.
Absolutely.
Which is the important part.
Yeah. Surprised you came here. I've never seen an O'Shea in this tavern, not in a long time.
Oh, well, you know. Needed a drink. This was close. And, you know, need to pop in and see the old stomping grounds a bit.
All right. Well,
I thought you said they had the best fire whiskey in town.
we do.
They do have quite good
We have the
fire
only
whiskey.
fire whiskey in town.
We needed
The best.
we needed a stiff drink. This is the place to get it.
That one's on me.
Thank you. And I'll take a shot. I'll just put it down.
Hardy Constitution.
I like my whiskey.
You're still the human face, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
My demeanor completely changed.
I thought so. I just
Enjoy your stay at the Double Dog. And he pushes off and, and goes on. So, what do you guys like to do?
A little bit of history
bit of history.
with that lot.
This
Do you
lot.
stop him before he goes, or?
Is he gonna just disappear and not be
No,
accessible at all?
He's around.
Okay, and he's definitely the owner.
This is the
Okay.
Devil Dog.
I'm going to drink the whiskey that she bought me,
Mhm.
sip it, Can I run a perception of what I see throughout the tavern?
Sure.
Familiar faces, amicable faces.
Roll perception.
There it is. Currency.
18.
Yeah, definitely a friendly crowd. Not anyone you recognize, but he's giving you a vibe. You're like, oh, this is it.
Okay.
Do you have the file or not?
I do. That's
Okay.
why I was scrolling
Just checking.
for
I
it.
just want to
Yeah.
make sure you found it. Yeah.
We're good.
All right.
Is there any thieves' camp visible in the bar? I would be just kind of surreptitiously taking a
There is warning of like patrols and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, come here, leave here, don't leave here when you're drunk again, at these times. Helpful little stuff.
Got it.
So, the drink wasn't a bad idea. We should definitely probably hold our cards together here before we walk into whatever's happening in Bridgeton. Between a fake countess and mushroom dinosaurs.
Well, my family's place isn't in Bridgeton proper. It's in the Meadows. But we'll be going...
It's a suburb. It's a suburb.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But we will be having to go... we don't have to go through... Do we have to go through Bridgeton to get to the Meadows?
Look, you have to. There should be little trails. And
Yeah,
stuff.
but-
You have to go through. Wait for it. Go from North Theos and then try to get to Bridgeton.
Yeah.
Follow the bridges.
Where's...
You're gonna go through the.
Bridgeton itself isn't labeled on here.
That's all of Bridgeton. All those.
Okay.
Sorry. So go start at North Theos.
Yeah, I see that.
And you're gonna go to the center.
Yep.
And then you go northeast.
Yep, I see it.
And okay.
I'm aware.
Okay.
Hint.
But it's just a city. Like there's
Yeah.
no.
It comes a lot of these
Those
stuff.
are the peaks. Those are the names of the different peaks.
Okay.
Okay. So we didn't get a chance to talk about the card earlier.
No, we didn't.
No.
Do we want to now or somewhere else?
Do I see any drow in here?
Yeah, there's some
Dinmere?
Dinmere.
Dinmere?
There's no drown this.
Sorry, Dinmere. Apologies. I'll say, do we want to... We don't know if he...
So everyone seems friendly. No one seems
No,
to be
this is your crowd.
particularly
This is your crowd. These are
particularly
your
listening
people.
to us.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm really comfortable here.
Yeah, you're very comfortable.
Yeah. So just lean in. Don't be weird. You're already dirty. You just touch things. You'll be fine.
Can I start prestidigitationing myself,
Yep.
actually? So 1 cubic inch at a time.
Yeah, and you're just like
Fixing it.
You're like, don't be weird, as he proceeds to magically clean himself.
Yeah.
He stops by again. Huh? You guys all doing all right? Did you want devil dogs all around? Or?
I'll gladly take one.
It's a hot and spicy tofu dog, served on a pretzel bun.
I'll just take another fire whiskey, please.
All right.
I'll have one.
All right. Gonna get you a devil dog.
Do you guys have
Um,
mint juleps?
I can make you one.
Perfect. I will have one of those.
All right.
How much? How much?
And
are the
I'll
devil
give
dogs?
him
A silver, just.
however much for the whiskey that time.
Thank you.
Okay. So
And he comes back with the food and the drinks.
perfect. So while you guys have that, so I, in our downtime went through the train, right invisible, and that helm of comprehend languages is very useful. Definitely useful. So listened in. Let's call a spade I eavesdropped on JJ and Glitch, of all people.
Glitch was speaking with JJ. That's interesting.
I think it's less interesting than we think it is. So they were talking about us.
Makes sense.
Did he
We
say
are
anything
pretty
about me? Oh wait, this is about this card business. Let's talk about that.
So he said something about being able to listen into all our conversations and thinking that some of us might be misguided but potentially useful. What was the word he used?
Developing assets.
Developing assets. So
Is that,
For what purpose?
From my time in the College of Whispers, is that a familiar?
Yeah, he's talking like an agent, but not like you know he's not a College of Whispers guy.
Right,
You know
right.
that.
Right, but he's using the same playbook.
He's trained.
Yeah.
So whatever revolution the elves seem to be running.
They think that we can be agents, and
Oh, we're technically not connected to Sovellias anymore, yet we're still traveling with him. That would be
Correct.
the best impression of anything.
Sovellias, do you have any knowledge of this?
Not directly.
What about indirectly?
I mean, it's pretty clear that JJ is working with the Heathens Collective. I think we can assume that much. And so, probably with the sword and stuff, our goals align somewhat, or I might be sympathetic to their cause.
Aren't they a terrorist organization?
Terrorist is
Always
really
from the perspective of the
yes.
person talking about
It's
it.
about perspective.
It's easy to label somebody a terrorist and then dismiss what they have to say, especially if they're fighting a fight of freedom, whatnot.
Correct.
I mean, they make public assassinations.
I made private assassinations during the war. Does that make me a terrorist, or does that make us the victors?
It's during the war. It's a bit different in wartime and with enemies of your country.
For some people, the war never ends.
Yeah, war only ends for those that win. And I'm Gish.
Good point.
She does make a good point.
She brings out the food. Ah! Oh, such dour expressions. I hope I'm not interrupting anything. And he just kind of pushes off.
This is delicious.
Thank you!
Well, they'll know that we know now. Or we could play it off as the card was destroyed during the accident.
True.
That's actually quite a good point.
Yeah, they don't know how we know because it was never said within the card's hearing.
And I'm sure
I dropped him a note.
and I'm sure that the mists would have obscured the ability for it to listen anyway.
True.
Potentially. So we can say got lost, etc. if was ever asked. But
So that actually works out pretty well.
We can.
They might have no idea.
they're still going to be suspecting.
Well, we'll see how. Because I'm sure we'll run into JJ again. And
Oh.
Glitch again if Glitch decides to bring
If
it up
he
to
has
or
his way
anything.
with you.
Yeah. I'm sure if we'll suss out the situation, how he reacts to it, and go from there.
And they are reacting from orders above and beyond them. JJ is not. He's a figurehead. Smart figurehead. Tactorial figurehead. But figurehead nonetheless. There's someone above him that they are taking orders from.
I'm sure they keep their top of the organization hidden.
Well.
Less hidden than they'd like, it sounds.
Compartmentalized.
Correct.
No mention of Morgan, though.
Interesting.
Do they
I
say anything?
don't-
Correct. I'm just a smiley guy.
That's okay. I was just making sure I was remembering
You're doing great.
exactly. Yeah. No mention of Morgan.
Interesting.
I
Anything
know.
else? Their plans?
Just that they are hoping, unsure, but hoping for Sovellias to back them, and for us to back Sovellias.
I guess we'll see in time if their cause is righteous. Or if they are just another terrorist organization.
Call a spade a spade.
I'm a bit weary of all the grim and dour and the exhausting near-death experiences I've been having. I'd like to get home and see me mom and my siblings and everyone else. So
Shall we be off then?
Not yet. Wait, there's more.
oh no.
And I take out extra UV pens,
Mhm.
basically, that I have, and give one to each of you.
Okay.
If you happen to be upon a case for the sword, I think I successfully covered it in invisible ink while it was on display in Cragmandu.
How did you manage that?
A bunch of luck. And nobody
That's quite
suspects a pretty
sneaky.
woman who just trips because of her weak ankles. But, so without magically changing anything in your vicinity, as long as no one sees you shine the light on the case, you should be able to tell which one is the true sword.
Very clever.
You are the only
Very.
3 that know. It's completely non-magical. They should not be able to detect it. They basically, this is the magic case, so as long as it took hold with the ink, they'll probably never clean it because no one's touching it. So, that's probably relatively safe to assume that it'll still be there, as far as I know.
Mhm.
But it won't be taken away by magical means because it won't be detected by magic. It's just straight up
Interesting.
invisible ink.
That's quite clever.
Yes.
Happens every once in a while.
It's possible that they might clean it, but if they don't, then
Even
You're
if they do, there's a chance they'll miss a spec. Because if it's a clean case, who's really going to go over every inch of it?
sure.
I made a mess on purpose.
Well,
We'll see, I'm sure.
So,
It's a good plan.
How many decoys were there?
2, well, 3, I guess, since
Not
we
sure.
destroyed one.
There's
and we don't know what
one real blade
information,
and 2 decoys.
So,
and we don't know what information we weren't privy to either.
of course.
Yes.
yeah, they sent nobody with a fake sword. What was that, by the way?
What was what?
Would Gilly have any clue?
No clue. Your magical studies have only gotten you as far as. I mean, roll Arcana, sorry.
Can I assist?
Alexis.
Wait,
Yeah, no.
Would I
You can
recognize it?
assist. Yeah, you might. Go ahead and roll Arcana. Let's see if you can pull out of your drunken stupor for 5 seconds. Or roll with advantage, Gilly.
Yeah.
I might not need it, but we'll try that. Yeah, no, I didn't need it. But thank you. 24.
That'll do it. It's a simulacrum
Yeah.
spell, yeah. That's how she was able to appear in 2 cities at the same time.
She basically creates a duplicate of herself who has all of the same abilities.
Yep.
So, able to cast all the same spells and such. And it's made out of like snow and ice, so that would explain why when she shattered into bits of ice.
Well, then
That's an impressive ability.
they tip their hand at least a little bit, because if they're not putting the fake swords in magic cases, then
It might
you
be
shatter
easier
the
to
glass is
return.
the wrong one.
Didn't he call her mother?
Yes.
And also, that was a pretty powerful whip of abjurant energy that got thrown her way, so it's unsure if, like, it hit the case too, or whatever. That was a crazy lot going on, so I don't think the
Yeah.
cases are fragile, just to kind
Very
of...
high level magic.
But, I mean, he is the son of
effectively
storms.
used.
If she was made of, you know, snow and ice.
Well, simulacrums are made from snow and ice.
But if he saw through the disguise of the simulacrum, and he's a son of storms, it's specifically like snow and ice storms and thunder and anger.
Thunder and anger.
So why did he call her mother? Sorry, the question.
We don't know.
No.
Could be that in a metaphorical way, like she created him, or whatever he is now.
I guess we'll see.
Or the Countess is powerful
Good
for a
information to
reason.
keep track of.
Nothing in the history of her line or anything would.
There's no way he could uncover this.
And he didn't look like half human or anything.
He was huge.
Yeah.
Definitely not half human.
Can Goliath crossbreed with humans.
Yes.
I don't see why not. It's happened in...
Just like orcs and halflings and elves.
Humans can reproduce with halflings.
Humans are pretty versatile.
Yeah, humans can have reproduce with
So
halflings.
are halflings.
Halfling?
She tried to reproduce with an elf.
They're 3/4lings.
Hey, try to reproduce and engage in some
I know.
Pretty
fun
much
or do
anything that
different
has
things.
this humanoid shape, bipedal with arms, generally about 10 fingers, 2 eyes, nose. It's all fair game. Even if it's not, I'm sure the human race would make it fair game. We're terrible.
You are.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
That's a statement there.
Well, sorry, Doctor Who reference. And they spread across the universe.
Should we?
I am going to go past the ladies' room if we're done talking.
You will?
I think so. I think we'll head out.
Should we do that thing where women go to the bathroom together?
Oh, it's not necessary.
Okay then.
Shut down.
Skip off after her anyway. Because I need to...
She's following you.
Just...
So I'm gonna let her into the bathroom
Mhm.
and then walk away.
Okay.
And hope she doesn't notice or care.
Okay.
Notice, yes. Care, no.
Imagine when she's on the toilet, her like little feet just.
All right.
I prestidigitation while I'm in the bathroom.
And then I'm gonna go past the owner if he doesn't look like he's immediately surrounded by a lot of people within hearing.
He's making the rounds. He's talking to everybody.
So I catch his attention. And those devil dogs were delicious.
Oh, thank you.
We came in here weary and in our travels suffered grievous injuries. And seen many of our friends fall.
What is this?
I can help you with
We were
that.
yet shit.
And he gives you a very low and gracious bow as the white and gold cloak with the 2 cupping hands as a symbol reveals itself, and he gives you a low, gracious bow. Them too?
They don't know, but I vouch for them.
That's all right. Come with me. And he glides past. He now takes on this almost not cosmic, supernatural grace. And he gives you 2 a tap. He's like, "Come on, boys!" And you guys can feel your bodies not compelled, but kind of like you. He just has like such a nice touch. You can feel like wanting to stand up.
It's not a charm spell, is it?
No,
Okay.
he's just like very charismatic.
And I'm just in the bathroom. while
So
this is going
I
on.
make sure that we
Right.
collect Gilly from the bathroom.
Yeah. He bursts in the door.
I'm just essentially powdering my nose, I'm just
So you
magically
guys, so there's the
prestidigitation.
there's the bathroom 1 and bathroom 2, and then he goes to the he steps over at you. He's Miss O'Shea, come this way.
Sure.
He taps a space where a door could be, and a shimmer. Right this way.
Through the door we go.
This is so cool.
Looking around, threat assessment. Is there anything
That's
around?
fine.
We're in the hallway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a stare
Just
down.
like in those books.
What
I've
brought
read.
about this change of attitude?
Gilly asked for a rest. I
Oh.
found one.
So the door. If you guys all go in and down the stairs, shimmers behind you. It's a quieter crowd down here. This is a whole nother kind of level to the tavern, and there's different people, a lot more tieflings and such, and they all look around and they give you a nod, and he goes, "Welcome to the Helping Hands and the Friends of the Fallen."
I'm glad to meet you in times of not dire need.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I haven't encountered a free agent in a long time.
Selina.
I am the Devil Dog.
We make our way through Bridgeton, and then the next town on the map.
Mercinia.
We make our way to Mercinia down to the capital.
Okay.
So,
Do you have any news?
Any in particular you're looking for? We just came from Cragmandu.
What's the real story there?
Not 100% sure. It's out of my league, but best guess, time-traveling voidling that has picked up a lot of people and is gone off towards Draska. It's a mess.
I'll say.
Yeah.
That's the real war upon us if I've ever heard it. Well, is there any services you'd like, anything I can provide for you? We do forgeries, we do, all the business.
In travels, I'm gonna point out the Clutch of the Elder Gods.
Nice stuff.
I have no papers for it. I hear it is very old.
That's fine. We'll disguise it as a simple staff of fire.
That would be wonderful.
I'll get it to you tomorrow or so. Just stop by.
Perfect.
Anything else I can do for you, Miss O'Shea? Miss O'Shea, you're blushing.
So you've met my compatriots, Miss O'Shea, from your town.
I know him. I know her. I don't know this one.
Justice.
He's inhuman.
I know,
Oh,
this is what...
Oh, you mean Brogan?
Oh, I can see through your.
These can
little
be
thing.
trusted.
And then I say, and I drop it, I'm like, this is why nothing beats an actual physical disguise. This magical hoopla is just reliable.
You were exactly right. Disguise sells so good for fixing quick things, fooling laymen, but against the real juice, you need the real deal.
Of course. I'm Justice.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Justice. Well, we are the Friends of the Fallen. We are a group of war veterans who, if she hasn't told you, we are a group of war veterans who broke with House Messenia due to their practices for charging, for healing, and things like that. And when the Presidium broke with the veterans and no longer granted them the soldiers' lands, we started our organization. We shelter the faithful, we give healing to those in need, and provide services to our members.
You said shelter the faithful. Of which faith?
Those faithful to humanity and of the moral arc of the universe.
By humanity, he doesn't mean
All
humans.
humanoids, including those made of.
Wooden metal.
I determined that. Thank you.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Anything else he can do for you three?
You can always stop by. No reason. We're always open.
Appreciate it.
Good to know.
Is there a symbol to look for to identify your retinues?
The safe houses are kept under tight secret. Only most of us only know the location of one. If Messenia looks more promising, I'll give her some information. But you know this one, and guard it with care.
Of course.
We don't have to move again.
How'd you have to move recently?
Not that recently.
Do you guys want to find a table?
You hear a message. Gilly. It's your mother's voice. Gilly, are you okay? Are you gonna make it out?
Yes. We'll be there. We'll be there in a few hours.
Okay, don't keep me waiting. I am tied up for a little while, but get here before sundown.
Will do. If we stay here for maybe 15 or whatever.
Yeah,
Then-
that's
Okay.
fine. I'm just trying to shoo you guys off to a table.
Trying to get rid of
All
us.
right.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, let's go sit down at a
So-
table.
How's
Get
your-
away from here. I need to finish my drink before we leave.
You can sit there and stew over the magic disguise. It's twice now. I'm sitting there talking to you guys. I'm like, this is why physical disguises are much better.
I mean, I couldn't,
No, you're fine. Like he's just.
No.
Yeah.
I know, no, but the devil dog sees you soon. He's like, I mean, it's a good disguise. Don't get me wrong. I can't, automatically see through it. But I mean, you sat around long enough. I could see the shimmers and things like that.
Of course.
Physical interaction. I've got to be careful with that.
I picked up the magic item relatively recently, and I'm still ascertaining its limitations.
So,
Probably don't try that at my house.
So he pulls you aside. Yeah.
So you said
Won't work.
only free agent you've seen in a while. What are people busy with?
I mean, it's just we don't have a lot of members, you know that. It's just all this. The Cragman business tied up some of our freer agents. Bridgeton doesn't see a lot of action. That's one of the reasons I moved here, just to kind of help people. Yeah, it's just everything that's being shaken up in the capital. It's all of our assets. So, a lot of things moving right now. A lot of moving parts.
Yeah, if you need to know anything else about Cragmandu, just let me know.
Oh, absolutely.
I know that we also helped out a small town just north of there, Still Tower. They are operating there under their own resources again. If we don't already have Erky Timbers with us, he might be a good agent up in the north.
Erky Timber still tell God. He's just remembering what you said.
Yeah. He's a paladin up there. Good breed.
We should talk more about this. I'm going to gather some of the relevant figures in a couple days, and we'll talk more about this. Have a formal meeting about it, since you seem to be in the thick of this. And he glances over at Sovellias.
For better or for worse, I was hired.
Do you need anything else from me?
As we spoke, knowing a house in Mercinia might be advantageous.
I'll get that information for you once we have the meeting.
Absolutely, just send word. I'll be there.
It's good to meet you, Selina.
And you.
You can call me Braum. And yeah, he gives you a gracious bow, and you guys finish your drinks, and what do you do? Head home?
At home. As long as everyone else is okay with that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so you guys bid adieu to the devil dog passing through the illusionary barrier that guards the safe house. It's been a heck of a opening episode.
Damn!
Do you guys have any questions for me before we go? Just
yeah.
Because, I've sat back down at the table with my drink.
We're on the way back or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you've told us a bit about your past and stuff, somewhat. So we knew you were in the war, right? And you were
Yeah,
here.
you knew I was a healer in
So
the
I mean,
war.
this makes sense.
Did we
As much as anything does, I guess. Once you've been to space and traveled through time.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is normal.
Did we know that you don't get along with House Mercinia?
We've not had that conversation.
But
Yeah, no.
I know that it had happened at the table. I didn't remember if it had happened
No, so
in
I've
front of our
not,
characters.
from my perspective, I've not ever been that open with anybody. I immediately gave him, a true, honest answer of what had happened in Cragmandu. Every other time we've talked to anybody, it's been well, I don't
Skirt
know,
around it. I noticed that,
something
yeah.
weird happened. So, this is,
Like, holy shit, you mentioned the time travel.
yeah.
Yeah, that
this
was. She was unflinchingly honest and
Yeah.
frank with the devil dog.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so this is something you guys haven't seen yet.
Process it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I
I'll
sat
say,
back down.
The group is impressive. They stay out of sight. Their practices are well done.
They learned well having to hide from more than just, the common folk. I'm not sure the College of Whispers know they exist.
If they did, I had never heard of them.
Let's keep it that way.
Of course.
I know your affiliations.
And
are
now I
good
know
people.
yours.
Fair is fair.
Indeed.
Did you put your disguise back up after we left?
Well, because if we're going to go meet with her mom, and when we
Exactly.
saw the image, I wasn't broken, so. I mainly did that because we were in a place that was enslaving people, and I felt like I shouldn't show up as a subservient race when I was in the mines.
Fair.
Perfect.
Fair.
Alright, so you guys all take a minute to process with this this crack in Selina's armor, this different side of her. We've seen perhaps her politics are more radical than you imagined. Why don't you make your way towards the Clonday, the meadows? You come in through, you pass through Mill Street and all the rest of it, and the Commons, and you go into the peak that belongs to the Lanix, which is actually just mostly a fortress that you get through, you get processed, you wait, you go on the other side and you enter the meadows. The meadows are more of those rolling hills and simple houses and beautiful homes, and you guys are getting there and it's now close to dusk.
So is there TSA in the suburbs?
Basically.
Wow.
It's the most undefended point of the, and therefore it's the most vulnerable point of the Bridgeton, so therefore it's the most defended.
Got it.
Yeah, just like the natural GR, it's like the lower point because this is the meadow, so it goes way down. So you could march an army up to the gates. Yeah, and you go through,
Making sure only the right kind get in.
You go on through, and you approach Manor O'Shea, a beautiful 3-story, Elizabethan-esque Tudor with like a carriage house and a beautiful pond and just a really nice hill on the eastern side, and just beautiful, and it's dusk. It's getting close to dusk now, and you see a couple children playing, but they're being kind of ushered inside by a very tall Goliath with a pink hat and pink robes and a simple, nice outfit, a wizard's outfit. And he's like, go, come on, as children kind of, and
Are they Goliath children?
no, they're halfling children,
Mm.
so of different ages.
There's like a teacher.
Looks to be a teacher of sorts.
Okay. Just making sure that he wasn't the maid.
And he just, he got the little feather hat, and he, Gilly!
Did I have a pet name for him or anything?
Pluthi, probably, but he's just like,
I just
and
take off.
he vanishes into mist and reappears. He picks you up. Oh, I'm so glad you're alive and you're safe. He sets you down, and you see out of the corner of your eye there's this really beautiful large riding horse, which has different kind of leathers and insignia you're not too terribly familiar with. You're like, they have a visitor. And Master Pluthi, he's like, we prayed and prayed to the one true goddess Marissa for your safe return. Who are your friends? You guys are kind of far enough in the distance, and he looks at you guys.
Well, back there, it's Sovellias. Sovellias Anastasia.
Of course, Sovellias.
Pleasure to meet
I've
you.
never met you, but I've heard stories.
Yes.
This Master Please.
Yes.
I'm Justice.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Justice. He holds out his impossibly large hand. And you? And he kind of bends down.
Selina.
Pleasure to meet each of you. You are the ones you've been traveling with Miss Gilly here.
Yes.
I'm Master Pluth. I'm the head tutor of the O'Shea family, and, well, their humble servant for many years.
And now you're teaching
Yes,
At,
teaching, of
at
course.
the college?
Well,
Or-
part-time. My duties are still to House O'Shea, but I have been teaching at the Grenfellow Conservatory, moonlighting in the Tranquil Chamber every now and then.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
So glad to hear it.
yeah.
You've trained her quite well.
Thank you. I mean, I would confess I've taught her something. I taught her a great deal of her histories, but she gets her magic talents from the Lady of the Meadows. Which I believe they're about to patch up. Did you guys say anything else?
Gotcha.
They're almost done.
Ah.
They'll be excited to know you're here.
Who's visiting?
I don't know. I didn't catch the name. I've been outside with the children all day, making use of the good weather, teaching. We were talking about history. Thought a good time to cover some of the deeper mysteries.
You didn't have the thunderstorms yesterday? 2 days ago now?
Oh, it's been clear day skies for quite some time. Why? Were there thunderstorms in Cracklandu?
On the train?
That's what took us so long. The whole thunderstorm took out the train.
Oh my goodness. I heard a thing or two about that.
That and the Son of Storms. And I'm gonna judge his reaction.
Roll an insight.
I'm curious too.
Roll an insight.
Do we get advantage? No, you roll it on.
Yeah, you roll separate because you're
Yeah.
both looking.
We're both like judging him.
What do you think? You're judging with your judging eyes.
So,
19.
19.
He gives kind of gives a soured expression like.
It's like,
so when he said he was a servant of the household, is he actually a servant or is he
Kind of like saying you're a public servant.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
serving the great house. But he's a paid tutor. He's very well dressed. He's very well educated. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. Is there anything else? So he's like, the finishing up. And the door opens, and he opens it for, and a woman, long brown hair in riding clothes with leather gloves, a strange symbol on her little lapel or whatever you call it, one-sided, one-shoulder, whatever cape, single shoulder cape. I can't. Words escape me. Brilliant alabaster white with touches of green on the cloak. Riding boots, very serious. Has like a small little wand and a little pouch and a couple potions, and pulls her. And the two halfling women peek out their heads. Oh, Gilly!
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi! Two female halflings surround Gilly and. It's a pleasure, man. Oh, it's so good. Oh, God. We were worried sick.
I'm okay.
One of the halflings is a kind of serious, soft butch woman, older than the more wizard one that you guys saw the image of. Gentle features. She's got a really nice 2 sets of short swords on either side. Working leathers, but well made. And the wizard figure. Introduce us. And she gestures to the tall human lady. She's like, just introduce us first. We're so excited.
Mom.
Yes.
Ma. This is Sovellias Anastasia.
No,
This is this is my mom. Sorry, my ma. So I'd introduce her first. Selina O'Shea, the Baroness of the Meadows, and my mom. Sorry. My family, O'Shea. Ma, this is Selina.
And they're handshaking.
Yeah.
You don't have to say her last name.
And Justice.
It's a pleasure. And they're all shaking. The 3 of them are shaking hands. And where are our manners? This woman, and this is the lovely, our new potential new trading partner, Miss Duplacroix. And she greets each and every. She's like, Duplacroix, it's a pleasure to meet you.
What's the
Duplacroix.
How do you
insignia?
spell that?
It's a symbol of a house from Solitude.
Okay.
It's a French symbol. It's fantasy France. Dupla, D-U-P-L-A.
Okay. That's
Croix, C-R-O-I-C-X.
She's a cheap knockoff of Legos.
So yeah, she just says it's a pleasure to meet you.
Dupla.
I would stay longer, but I'm a bit on my way. We just had a full day of business. Pleasure to meet each and every one of you. And so she gets on her horse, and she gives a nod to Mephanwe and Faylene, and
Safe travels.
yeah, and you don't recognize her or anything, so.
But she's come up before, hasn't she?
None of you know that.
I may have multiple layered guises.
Oh, that's why
This
it
is the
came
gayest
up.
lady.
Yeah.
That's right.
Modified
That's why it
memory
came up.
gayest was your
Uh-huh.
gay
I thought
lady.
she came up in the conversation about who was at the party.
No.
Got it. Perfect.
Duplacroix never went to that party.
Oh man. Oh
And-
my God.
Yeah, so Duplacroix rides off into the sunset, as it were. Mephanwe and Faylene usher you into the home, and that's where we will end tonight's session.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Excellent.
We made it to the premiere, guys! Yay!
You
Thank you,
bastard.
everyone who tuned in. It was kind of some crazy moments. None of us have ever streamed something like this before. We hope you all had fun. We are going to be posting this episode on YouTube. It should go up about 1 p.m. tomorrow. And also follow us on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter, on Facebook, everything you can. Dice Priority, we're all over, and we'll be posting clips and all sorts of content in the coming weeks as fast as we can get it out. And thank you all who showed up and watched. And be sure to follow Animal Helper on Facebook. They're a great charity who helps animals with special needs. Does anyone anything anyone wanted to say?
Nope.
Thank you again so much for showing up, and we hope you had fun. We're going to keep doing this, and until next, we'll see you next week, 7 p.m. in the wonderful world of Edda.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.